The following is a presentation of Radio Plus Video Sports.
Is behind him in the formation. And the handoff is going to go to Henschel. Henschel's got a gap and a seam. Henschel pile driving his way forward. Henschel to the end zone. Arms up for the Fond du Lac touchdown.
Radio Plus Sports, a Wisconsin Broadcasters Association first place winner for Best Digital Production in the state.
Delmacher rolling out to the left, flips the hips over the middle. He's got him! Brody Highland to the end zone! His second touchdown of the day!
In-depth interviews with coaches and players, sideline reports, in-depth analysis, and top-notch production.
Takes a snap, gives to Schomburg. Schomburg, hole, right side! Sideline, touchdown!
Radio Plus Sports, a Wisconsin Broadcasters Association multi-year first place winner for Best Play-by-Play in the state.
Cash it in, tie this thing up. Motion goes to Umentum. He'll line up at the backfield now. Williamson, play fake, looking, one-on-one coverage. Johnson, touchdown! Fond du Lac, a 27-yard strike. And there,
Thanks to our Radio Plus Video Sports sponsors.
Edward Jones, Integrity Saw and Tool, Bauer Chiropractic, Fondi Family Dental,
Sargento Cheese, Lens Truck Center, Right Way Home Improvement, Taco Bell,
Addison Jones Real Estate, Holiday Automotive, Quest Interiors, Wisconsin Lighting Lab,
BCI Burke, Marion University, Fox Valley Savings Bank, Musa Sheet Metal,
Coal, Oil and Propane, Dufresne Moving and Storage, Marco Tax Service, Winnebago Lutheran Academy,
Bob's Pizza, AirTech, Silica for your home, The Wellness Way,
Fond du Lac Credit Union, Roush Insurance, Scotty's Auto Works, St. Mary Springs Academy,
Bristol Morgan Bank, New Medical Center, Verhaeg's Furniture Mart, Hopper's Silk Screen and Embroidery,
Smith Builders, National Exchange Bank and Trust, Brad Tagliapietra, American Family Insurance Agent, Everson Law Office.
Let's go live to the Radio Plus Sports broadcast booth.
Good evening, high school football fans. Believe it or not, the sun is out. It's upper 70s, but it's high school football season. It's week 1 here at Lake Country Lutheran High School as the Lightning will host the St. Mary Springs Ledgers in the quest to get back to Camp Randall Stadium and compete for state championships. Good evening.
So those fans expecting a complete makeover with Springs might be surprised to see things being business as usual, actually.
Here's to summer, your adventures, and the places they take you. Arrive in comfort and style in a new Buick Encore or Envision. Now with rates from 0.9% plus deferred payments or other enticing offers. Get ready to travel the road ahead.
We are all looking for adventure.
Find yours and discover the difference at Holiday Automotive Fond du Lac. It's worth the trip.
Every customer can be a Signature Home customer. I think that's what Signature Homes does really well, is that we can touch not only the customer who's building for the first time, but also the customers that know what they want and want to pull pieces of other property that they've lived in and loved. And you can really trust that we know what we're doing and that we have 30 years of experience in the market doing it with quality craftsmanship and a lot of style and design. And at the end, we get a chance to walk them through and see their smiling faces, and we know that we've achieved our goal.
Gas prices, home expenses, education, will those costs always go up? Probably. At Winnebago Lutheran Academy, we can help you with one of them. We are a part of the Wisconsin Parental Choice Program, a program which enables qualifying families to receive a quality Christian education at no cost. That's right, zero tuition if you qualify. To learn more, visit WLAVikings.org.
Living it for 4 years, loving it forever.
Call us when you need a company you can trust.
You hear it all the time, but what does it mean? This is Danny and Heather at AirTech Heating, and for our company, it means we do right by our customers and provide them quality service for superior home comfort.
It means our prices are competitive and fair. It means that we stand behind our work. It means doing whatever it takes.
To whom you trust your family's safety and comfort does matter. Call the team at AirTech Heating at 924-6742 when you need a company you can trust.
So joining us now is St. Mary Springs Academy. Always a pleasure catching up with the Ledgers and Zach Wilderman taking over at the helm. Coach, how are you? Thanks for being here.
Good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you bet. And got a couple of players with us, 3 players, Jack Holtzman, Billy Everson, and Will Stelmacher with us here. Guys, how are you?
Doing good.
Doing all right.
Everybody okay?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Most part? All right. Well, Coach, off-season, if you could talk about that for us a little bit here.
Yeah, it's been different, but yet the same. With the contact days and the unlimited contact, we didn't really change much. We're a small school. It's hard to do too much with our guys. They're all multiple sport athletes. They're all involved in other things. We really just worked hard. We did a little more dynamic lifting, workout stuff to try to prevent some of the injuries we saw last year. But they got after it. The expectation was kind of set last year, wrapping it up in our one-on-ones, and I think they responded the right way.
Coach, you're no stranger to the Ledgers program. This is the first year of being in the head coach role, but if you could explain your role before this head coach transition, what you did at the program.
Yeah, I came in 2011 as a defensive assistant, really working with the DBs. From there, it just gradually kind of took more and more on. Joe Kemp, who's now the defense coordinator, was there with me, and then Sean O'Laughlin, who was there for 30-some years as Bob, or Coach Highland's defensive coordinator. So kind of when Sean stepped away, that provided an opportunity to move into that role. With the help of Joe Kemp, we brought a couple other guys in. Kevin Grunwald was defense line coach in 2015, and I held that role up until the transition, obviously. A couple of years ago, Coach Highland named me associate head coach, kind of get that transition started and what it would be like.
And when I visited camp, you said it really wasn't that you're taking over for Coach Highland. It's going to be a lot of business as usual this year, so talk a little bit more about that.
Yeah, you're not going to replace Coach Highland, obviously, a legend. Going to go down as probably a top 10 in the nation for longer than anybody's going to anticipate. Potentially will hold that record in Wisconsin forever. We're going to change things philosophically that I feel we need to change, given the state of football, but we're not going to change the culture or the tradition or the mission of St. Mary Springs football.
Guys, what are you looking forward to most coming into this season?
I'm looking for the first game, bring all that intensity, all these new guys. A lot of seniors left last year, so we'll see what we can do with our guys right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just kind of looking forward to it because it's our senior year. We've all kind of been doing this for the last 3 years together, so we've all been working hard. Kind of just all the off-season work and seeing how good it can take us.
As you take a look here at last year's standings, where you tied with Lamira and Mayville, each earning a share of the Flyaway Conference Championship, your thoughts going into this season with regards to the conference as a whole?
Yeah, I think the conference is strong. It has been historically. Any given year, there's 5 or 6 teams that'll compete for that top spot. So you've got to bring your A game every week. When you're a perennial powerhouse in the conference, you get everybody's best. We wouldn't want it any other way. We like that pressure in our program. But you look at that lineup there, and there's some good teams, and there's not many gimmies in there, so you got to come ready to play every week.
Guys, what are you looking forward to most when you look at last year compared to this year? What do you think?
Yeah, just to kind of piggyback off Coach Wilderman, like the whole conference in general is going to be tough. Every game we need to bring our A game, otherwise we won't take the W. So I'm not really going to single out a single team. I think the whole conference is strong, but you guys have any thoughts?
Yeah, obviously, like Campbellsport, they got some big guys, so them too. WLA, they got big guys. All those guys are just good, great football players. Laconia, Amro, Lamira, yeah. So we're just getting ready for them.
Hi, I'm Aaron Sadoff. Blessed be the president of Marion University right here in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. If you are beginning your college adventure or looking to transfer, Marion University could be the perfect fit for you. Our beautiful campus, our amazing faculty and staff, our Division III athletics, and our amazing mission are waiting for you. Come visit Marion University. Not only will you get a great education, but we will help you become the best for the world. Good luck and go Sabres!
This is Craig Larson, sales manager with locally owned Dufresne Moving and Storage. Moving is very important to me, and I take pride in making sure our clients are happy with their overall experience at a reasonable cost and done in a high quality manner. We have a crew that is dedicated on taking care of your stuff. Call me today for an estimate at 1-800-425-MOVE or visit us at DufresneMoving.com. Dufresne Moving and Storage of Fond du Lac. Making your move and storage of goods simple.
At Burke, our mission is simple. We want to bring play that moves you to communities around the world. Our skilled team, from welders and CNC operators to illustrators and 3D designers, work together to create places where kids can explore, play, and dream. Want to be a part of something special? Visit burkecareers.com and apply today.
Back here at Lake Country Lutheran High School, just outside of Heartland, Wisconsin, just along Highway 16, Lake Country. It's a Friday night in August. Feels like it, but we're looking at a football field here tonight. It's week 1 of the high school football season tonight here on RadioPlusInfo.com. Presented by these 4 Fond du Lac Edward Jones financial advisors: Matt Moses, Jeff Wills, Robert Bruce, and Patrick Elstad. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Normally this time of the pregame show, sponsored by Integrity Salt and Tool, would have the Lens Truck Center play of the week. And
taking care of the ball, ball control will obviously be number 1, and then on the defensive side, forcing turnovers to get that ball back. If they can do that, they're a hard team to stop traditionally. And then I would say running the football, getting Will Stallmacher going. If they can get him downfield, he's got the burst of speed to take it all the way. So, yeah, I would say that those are a few of the key things that we should focus on tonight, seeing from the ledgers.
Yeah, I mean, if you like the run game, this is certainly a game that's going to do it. So we got 2 backs one that you mentioned, Will Stellmacher, that's going to be one of the top backs in the Flyweight Conference this year. But on the other side of the ball for Lake Country Lutheran, they returned Nate Graff, a senior all-conference barrelback, nearly 1,000 yards rushing last year, 18 touchdowns. So certainly they're going to rely heavily on him, just like Springs will likely lay heavily on Stellmacher, especially with new quarterbacks. Just want to take a quick look at the Quest Interiors out-of-town scoreboard. Here's some of the games that are in the region here this evening. Mayville is at Cedar Grove, Belgium. Lomira begins its Division 6 state title defense at Houston. Ripon is at Laconia. Fond du Lac is at Hartford Union High School. That one should be a good one. Campbellsport is at Kettle Moraine Lutheran. And then last night, Hilbert defeated North Fond du Lac 46-6.
And we also had Oakfield hosted Elkhart Lake Glenbeulah and took care of business. I believe it was like 48-0. Our partners with Jeff's Live Streams were there, and yeah, Oakfield definitely took care of business that they were looking to handle this year, getting back at their conference champion, or the team that won the conference championship last season. That was their goal, to beat them, and they got the big win.
Yeah, and just quickly looking at the Flyweight Conference, too, and people we've talked to and kind of things we've read, too. Springs seems to be the team that many are looking as the favorite in the Flyweight Conference this year, but we've got a whole slew of teams that are not that far behind. Notably, Mayville is going to be one of them. WLA is going to be one of them. You certainly you want to put Lomira in that discussion, even though they've lost so much from last year's state championship team.
Right.
But they're still going to be a very strong team. So from your chances in meeting with some of the coaches in the Flyweight Conference, how do you kind of see the Flyweight Conference shaping up this season?
Well, just as you said, Springs and Mayville, they're traditionally up there at the top, especially Mayville the last few years. You had the three-way tie last year with them, with Springs, Mayville, and Lomira. And although Lomira graduated quite a bit of their team, their juniors stepping up as seniors this year. Now that they've had that experience, that taste at Camp Randall, they should be able to lead that program into, consistent winning year after year. As you mentioned, WLA, they're one of the more experienced teams coming back this year, so don't be surprised if they're in the top half of the conference. Same thing, Laconia, they're a strong, hard-nosed team. They're going to give a lot of these teams their best fight each night. And Campbellsport as well. They were kind of middle of the pack last year, but those country boys know how to play some football, so don't be surprised if they might have an upset or two this year and end up as one of those top three teams.
And again, looking at the ledgers here, we mentioned some of the things that we're going to be looking at from this team heading into tonight's game. We've got 27 letter winners back this year. Pretty balanced on both sides of the ball in terms of offense and defense, but gathering from what we had heard from Coach Wilderman in your conversation with Tim, the defensive front seven might be a little rusty at the start of the season, and we've already talked about the new quarterback situation, whether they'll go with one or if they'll rotate quarterbacks too. I mean, from what you have gathered from Coach Wilderman, what do you think might be the X factor or factors this season for the Ledgers, not only tonight, but maybe how things progress throughout the course of the season?
Well, he mentioned that the four in their defensive backfield are all coming back, so that experience back there will definitely be beneficial for them. Obviously, with the Flyway being more of a run-first conference, you'd like to have that front seven back, but with leaders in the defensive backfield, I'm sure that they've got the front seven for the Ledgers nice and stout as well, and as long as they're communicative and have that leadership, bring that leadership each Friday night, Springs defense should be in just fine shape.
All right, well, we're going to take a quick break here. We're just getting close here to the opening kickoff of Week 1 of the high school football season. You're listening to the Integrity Saw and Tool pregame show. We'll be back here to get ready for the opening kickoff here at Lake Country Lutheran as they host the St. Mary Springs Ledgers.
We thank Len's Truck Center of Fond du Lac for supporting and sponsoring our Play of the Week.
The handoff is going to go to Henschel. Henschel's got a gap and a seam. Henschel pile driving his way forward. Henschel to the end zone. Arms up for the Fond du Lac touchdown on a gain of 18 yards.
Each week, we'll highlight a very special play that had an impact on a game. It's our Lens Truck Center Play of the Week from Radio Plus Video Sports and Lens Truck Center of Fond du Lac.
If you want a truck or an SUV, go to Lens till you like what you see. Hundreds of trucks all on one lot. If you want a truck, it's what we've got. Lens Truck, Lens Truck. We got the trucks at Lens Truck.
Your dream space starts with quartz countertops from Quest Interiors. Whether it's your kitchen, bathroom, mudroom, or even a closet island, we custom fabricate one-of-a-kind surfaces that elevate every room. And the best part? We install many in as little as 1 week, quickly turning your vision into reality. Visit our showrooms in Oshkosh and Fond du Lac. Quest Interiors, exceptional style, exceptional savings.
A personal experience with a custom feel. Each home Smith Builders builds is unique. The design and selections perfectly crafted for you. To learn more, visit smithbuildersinc.com or stop by 227 Morris Court. Smith Builders of Fond du Lac. Traditional values, exceptional services. A proud sponsor of local high school sports.
Marco, the name our area trusts for all things related to your tax return. For over 60 years, our community has trusted the Marco Tax Service at 43 East 3rd Street, Fond du Lac.
Here we go.
Integrity Saw and Tool is a proud sponsor of Fond du Lac area sports. They wish the best of luck to all local teams this fall and winter. Integrity prides itself on being the fastest producer of high-quality cutting tools and providing the most reliable sharpening service in the industry. If you're looking for a challenging career with excellent benefits and a family atmosphere, contact the team at integritysaw.com. That's integritysaw.com.
Unless they announce him as a team.
Which is possible.
High School are coached by Mr. Greg Brasgell.
Brasgell? Okay. Back here at Lake Country Lutheran High School, just outside of Delafield in Heartland. Lake Country's a beautiful area. It's going to be a beautiful night for high school football, believe it or not. It is August 22nd. High's going to be close to 70, or in the upper 70s at kickoff. Supposed to drop down into close to the 60s by the time we are getting finished up here tonight. Time to take a quick look at the Bauer Chiropractic Injury Report. Got pain, see Shane, Dr. Shane Bauer. Thankfully, it's week one. We don't have an injury report, so that's good. It's a good start.
Right, good to see a healthy roster out there.
Probably the healthiest they'll be all season long, for sure.
Right.
Sargento Cheese starting lineup. Start your new career at careers.sargento.com. Noted some of the new players that are going to be on these rosters for both sides at quarterback and as well at running back and also on defensive line. And we're just getting ready for the Right Way Home Improvement opening kickoff. From doors and gutters to roofs and siding, Right Way Home Improvement has you covered. Kick off your home project today and contact Right Way Home Improvement for your free estimate. Call 920-929-8999 or visit rightwaybuilt.com. Lance, you ready for high school football?
Yeah, I'm excited. Let's get this thing going here. It looks like Springs is going to get the ball first, so let's see who's going to be out at quarterback right away for them.
Kicking off for Lake Country Lutheran is going to be Noah Licking. The ball is up in the air, and it is fielded at the 5-yard line by the St. Mary Springs Ledger. Across the 20, 25, out to the 30, and that looks like where it's going to stop. as the St. Mary Springs will get the football first close to the 30-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Ledgers.
Yeah, it looked like he had a nice little hole up the middle there, but it was quickly collapsed by Lake Country Lutheran.
And looking at coming into the huddle, leading the way is going to be Xander Lenz, the 6'1", 145-pound junior. He's going to be one of the 2 quarterbacks that we mentioned here in the pregame show.
And Springs will start with 2 in the backfield.
That's Baker and Stellmacher, split backfield next to Lenz. There's the handoff, is to Baker, up the middle, out to the 32-yard line. About gain of maybe close to 3 yards on that play, setting up 2nd and 7.
3-yard gain on the play. Carrier was Ben Baker.
Good crowd showed up for Springs tonight.
2nd and 7.
Lenz in the shotgun. Handoff up the middle. Well defended up front. That was to Stellmacher. Among those up front for the Lightning was Evan Roll.
Brought down by number 78, Adam Anderson.
Adam Anderson's also going to be credited for the tackle for the Lightning. No gain on the play. Now sets up 3rd and about 7 at the 32-yard line.
Got 1 single back, 4 out wide.
And Stellmacher to Lenz's left. High snap. Lenz is able to pick it up. And he brought down at the 30-yard line. Bad snap sends the Springs back.
There's the first miscue of the night.
Gavin Kiley is the one that brings him down. It's a big loss of 12 on the play for the Springs Ledgers, and they will be forced to punt 3 and out on their opening possession of the game.
And right there we see that experience on the line coming into play.
Baker back in punt formation for the Ledger, standing at his own 10-yard line. Lightning waiting for it at about their own 40. Ball gets away just barely. High bounce going to be fielded at the 35 by the Lightning. Over to the left side, that is number 14, Ethan Hans. He's taken out of bounds just around near the 50-yard line. Gain of about 10 on the return, and it's going to be a good field position for the Lightning. 1st and 10. So they mark him at the 46-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line for the Lightning. And Lake Country Lutheran is now on the field for their first possession of the 2025 season. Our first quarter here tonight is sponsored by Wisconsin Lighting Lab. Pistol formation for the Lightning. Hans in motion. There's the snap. Fake handoff, roll out to the right. Pass complete, short to number 16. That's Tyson Groff.
Sabo on the tackle.
I believe his mom and dad are sitting right below us. They jumped up
right in front
right away when he made the catch. So gain of 4 yards for the Lightning on their first play of the game. 2nd and 6, just near the midfield stripe. It's Connor Lubbers is the quarterback here right now for the Lightning. Offset eye, pistol formation for the Lightning. There's the snap, handoff up to Groff. Gets a nice hole up the middle, close to the 45-yard line. It's going to be just short of the first down. It's going to set up 3rd and maybe less than a yard into Springs territory for the Lightning.
And Jackson Sabo in there again on another tackle. He's getting some good early work.
Lightning to the line. It's 3rd and less than a yard. Snap, handoff is to Groff. Got a hole over the left side, across the first down marker. And Springs is saying there's a fumble on the far sideline. I haven't seen a signal yet.
Brought down by Baker.
Officials are getting it.
And they're getting it to Springs.
Yeah, it is going to be a turnover. Groff coughs up the football after picks up a first down. And there's your first turnover of the game. And it's a fumble by Nathan Groff. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Ledgers at their own 38-yard line.
Just like I said, turnover margin. If the Springs defense can come out right away and get that ball back. Now let's see if the Springs offense can use this momentum.
Len's back at quarterback with a split backfield next to him.
That
Lots of movement up front. I think this is going to be an encroachment penalty. It seems like they entered the neutral zone before offensive line move. Let's see what the call is.
Officials getting together.
And it is going to be an encroachment penalty on the Lake Country Lutheran Lightning. So 5-yard penalty. It's going to make it 1st and 5 now at the 43-yard line. Not sure, Lance, if you saw it earlier this week, that the Packers and the Wisconsin football coaches, and I think even maybe the WIA, have come up with a program to help honor and celebrate the referees in high school football. I think that's a great gesture by the Packers to be involved in something like that, because referees are definitely needed across high school sports. There's the handoff. And I believe that's Stelmacher. Nope, that is Baker, and he's held up and maybe got a yard on that play out to the 44-yard line. But, yeah, I saw it, and I thought that's a great thing, considering how much I know WIA and really as high school associations across the country are just struggling to get officials. So really kudos to the WIA and the Packers to getting involved in that.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially getting younger officials out there, that are motivated and eager to help grow the game.
Stelmacher's to the left of Lenz. Pitch.
Ooh, that was deflected.
Is that a pitch or a pass? I think that's going to be ruled a pitch.
That looked like it was deflected on the pitch.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. Maybe it had gone off of Stelmacher's knee when he tried to pitch. It's a lost fumble, so the Ledgers give the ball right on back, and the Lightning are on their side of the 50-yard, or the Springs side of the 50-yard line.
And looks like they're trying to determine the spot of the ball here. Yeah, looks like they're marking on the 49.
I was going to say, are they even considering if it was a pass?
Nope, they're signaling Lake Country ball.
Lightning take over on the Ledgers 49-yard line. 1st and 10.
Well, just as quickly as Springs got the ball on defense, they give it up on offense. So that inexperience is showing a little bit here in the early part of the first quarter.
There's the snap. 3 receivers to the left of Logers. Gets away. Launches a long
that should be picked off.
Ooh. And pass is intended for Ethan Hans. Good coverage on the back end for St. Mary Springs. That was Joey Kuhn, who was somebody that Coach mentioned earlier during our pregame show and its conversations. That's a guy that's among the many returners on the back end for the Springs Ledgers.
Right,
making
and
the play.
Returning as a junior, so he's got experience for the Ledgers as a sophomore. He'll be one of the cornerstones in that defensive backfield this season.
So 2nd and 10 after the long incompletion. 2 receivers here to the bottom, 1 to the top. It's a split backfield or offset backfield in the shotgun for Lubers. There's the snap. Handoff is to Groff over the left side.
Swallowed up.
Brought down in the backfield. It's going to be a loss of a yard. It's going to set up 3rd and long now for the Lightning. Lightning had their previous 3rd down conversion attempt converted, but lost the ball on the fumble. See what they come up with here on 3rd and 11 from the midfield stripe. No score here on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. Both teams have turned the ball over on their first possessions. Scratch that. Springs turned it over on their second possession. They went 3 and out on their first. In motion is Moser. Lubers rolls out to his left. He's facing pressure.
Like a coverage sack.
And he's going to be brought down in the backfield. Well covered on the back end by the Ledgers. It's going to be a loss of about 5 yards. It's going to set up 4th down for Lake Country Lutheran, and on comes the punt unit for the Lightning.
4th and 15 for the Lightning. On their own 46-yard line.
Again, our first quarter tonight is sponsored by Wisconsin Lighting Lab. No score on your Quest Interior scoreboard. About halfway through this first quarter of the 2025 season.
We got Ben Baker back to receive the punt here.
Low snap, gets away. It's a nice high-end overhand kick. Baker is able to field it at the 15-yard line. He's able to turn the corner. Now he's in trouble. Across the 20. He's going to get to the 23-yard line. Decent return for Baker. He returned about 8 yards. 1st and 10 for the Lightning at the 23-yard line, and that's where they'll start their third possession of the ball game.
Another Lightning on the mix. Ledgers will take over on their own 23-yard line. 1st and 10.
Starting to get loud here.
A great student section turnout here in front of near us is Lake Country Lutheran, and good student representation on the other sideline too for St. Mary Springs. There's Lenz, gets the snap, handoff.
Ooh, that should be a face mask possibly. Yep, there's the flag.
Well, that came from the sideline judge. That's normally an umpire call. Boy, we could see it from up here. His helmet was turned practically sideways, almost looked like he was out looking out his ear hole. So this is going to be a 15-yard personal foul face mask, and that's going to be 1st down for the Ledgers.
Will result in a 1st down for the Ledgers.
Stellmacher was the ball carrier. We'll get credit for about 3 yards on the game, but again, you tack on 15 more yards. That's going to push the ball out to the 43-yard line for St. Mary Springs. First and 10 for the Ledgers. 43-yard line. Stellmacher is to Lenz's left. Baker in motion, and we got movement up front. I think this one's going to go on Lake Country, on St. Mary Springs. And it is going to be a false start. That is the first penalty of the game for Springs. Going to back them up 5 yards, so it sets up 1st and 15 at the 38-yard line.
1st and 15.
Baker in motion.
Same thing.
More movement up front. Looks like there might have been the right guard for Springs. It's like the Lightning were trying to maybe bluff pressure, and that got the right guard to move. So that's the 5 more yards back for the Ledgers. Now it's first and a mile at 1st and 20.
Yep,
back at the 33-yard line.
Gave back that 15 yards on the face mask penalty. We'll see how the Ledgers respond. 1st and 20.
Now Stellmacher is now to Lenz's right. There's the snap. Lenz looks to his right. He's got an open receiver. Completed. That's to Jackson Sable. He's like out to the 38-yard line. That's going to be about a 5, maybe 6-yard gain.
Connor Lovers and number 7, Will Schneider.
Second and still a long way to go. It's at the 38-yard line for Springs. They need to get to the Lightning's 47-yard line for a 1st down. Baker in motion, gets the handoff around the right edge. Well pursued on the back end, maybe a yard on the far sideline. Looks like Adam Anderson was one of the first guys there for the Lightning. It's going to be 3rd and very long for the Ledgers.
3rd and 14.
Officially, it's going to be 3rd and 14. 3:40 and counting, scoreless on the Quest Interior scoreboard. Glad you could join us here at Lake Country Lutheran for week 1 of the high school football season. Lenz gets the handoff. Blitz is picked up in the backfield. Little contact on the back end, no call. It's going to pass falls incomplete, and that is going to be 4th and long, and the punt team's going to come back out for Springs. So now for Springs, your first couple possessions, 3 and out, a turnover, now another 3 and out.
Yeah, I think it's going to take a little bit for the guys to get some momentum. Obviously first game of the season, they're kind of feeling each other out, both teams. just hope that the Ledgers defense continues to hold strong.
And you're really kind of seeing it too with Lake Country Lutheran on the other side. They've had a turnover in it as well on their opening possession.
Right.
Maker gets the snap, punt, the line drive kick.
Good bounce.
And
great bounce.
It's going to be fielded at the 17-yard line. That is by Ethan Hans and does not go very far. So Springs is able to at least flip the field a little bit. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Lightning on their third possession, just out past the 20-yard line.
Eli Polvicki checks into the game, number 72.
So they're going to put the ball down at exactly the 20-yard line. So 1st and 10 for Lake Country Lutheran. 3:11 to go here in the first quarter on the Quest Interior scoreboard. There's the snap. Handoff up the middle is to Groff. He's got a nice hole. Gets it past the 25 out to the 26-yard line. Good first down run there by the Lightning. Gain of 6 sets up 2nd and 4.
Among others from the Ledgers. 2nd and 4 for the Lightning.
Broke a couple tackles there, but nice job not letting him get past the second level.
As well as number 7, Will Schneider.
Pistol formation for the Lightning. There's snap, handoff up the middle. Good hole. Ben quickly closes on. I think that's Nate Groff with the football. Gets a couple yards out to the 28-yard line. Going to set up 3rd and about 2 for the Lightning as we approach 2 minutes left here on the first quarter on the Quest Interior scoreboard.
3rd and 2 for the Lightning. 2:10 left in the first. Gabe Snyder checks in along with.
Could be a great chance, Lance, for the Ledgers to get a stop here on 3rd down and try and force maybe into a punt and potentially get a really good field position here before the end of the quarter.
Right, if they can get it close to the 50, maybe give that offense a good spark, get some points.
So 3 receivers out to the left. Lubers keeps the handoff.
And he's
very close. He maybe got the second effort, might have gotten him the first down. Looked like the Ledgers might have had him stopped right at the marker at a second effort. I think pushed him across the 30-yard line for a first down. And it is indeed a first down, 1st and 10 for Lake Country Lutheran.
Once again, fans, the concession stand is open tonight, and they're offering a full menu of options from food to drink. Come check it out by the Ewald Family Pavilion.
2 backs and Lubers in the backfield. As we approach a minute to go here on the Quest Interior scoreboard left in the first quarter. Here's the handoff. First time we're hearing Tyson Groff breaks the tackle, and he's going to go all the way. The 20, 10, 5, touchdown. Lake Country Lutheran touchdown. 69 yards for Tyson Groff, and the Lightning strike first. It's 6-0.
It looked like they might have had him stopped, and the secondary just kind of got sucked in the middle there. And Groff was able to break free and run the rest of the way untouched.
Yeah, it looks like, too, there was a DB trying to make the tackle for St. Mary Springs, and the official
there was
unfortunately
right in the way,
picked him. And that's what, and by that point, then it was too late. So just an unfortunate break for the Ledgers to have that happen. But nonetheless, it's a 69-yard scamper by the Lake Country Lutheran. Tyson Groff
Groff's touchdown was for a 69-yard.
That is your first score of the game. Now the Lightning get set for the point after attempt. There's snap, ball down. Kick is up, and it is good. 54 seconds left here on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. Lake Country Lutheran strikes first on a 69-yard run by Tyson Groff. Your score, Lake Country Lutheran 7, St. Mary Springs, nothing.
Hello world, wake me up to another good morning, time to go.
Here's to summer, your adventures, and the places they take you. Arrive in style in a new GMC Sierra, now with rates from 0%, plus hefty bonus and trade assist cash. Get ready to travel the road ahead.
We are all looking for adventure.
Find yours and discover the difference at Holiday Automotive Fond du Lac. It's worth the trip.
Back here at Lake Country Lutheran, we have our first score of the game, a 69-yard touchdown run by the Lightning. Tyson Groff is the one that takes it to pay dirt, 7-0 Lightning. Just 54 seconds left here in the first quarter, sponsored by Wisconsin Lighting Lab, and we've got a little bit of a delay here.
Something on the field.
Well, maybe the official needed a quick water or needed a quick medical attention, but it looks like we're set and ready to go. Lake Country Lutheran is ready to kick the ball back to St. Mary Springs. I'm looking at the wrong roster. And here is the kick return on the far sideline, fielded at the 9, past the 20, big hit at the 25-yard line. And that is where St. Mary Springs will start this next drive, now trailing 7-0 with 43 seconds left.
Yeah, after a little back and forth, giving the ball to each other, turning the ball over, Lake Country Lutheran was able to get some points on the board and grab the momentum here. Let's see if Springs can take things back and get some points on themselves.
There's the snap to Lenz, handoff up the middle. There's a good-looking run off across the 30, close to the 35-yard line. Looked like Stelmacher was the ball carrier. Close to the 34-yard line, so a gain of about 8 or 9 yards, 28 seconds and counting left. Springs should have one more chance before the end of the quarter to run a play.
2nd and 2, Ledgers.
I believe that was the longest play so far for the Ledgers offense. So good start on this drive.
This indeed will be the last play of the quarter as Lenz waits for the shotgun snap. Look to his left, and Stelmacher went the other way.
Some miscommunication there.
Thankfully, Lenz is able to get the ball at least back to the original line of scrimmage. Actually, may have even gained a yard on that, but the clock reads 0 at the end of the first quarter, presented by Wisconsin Lightning Lab. We have your scores. Lake Country Lutheran 7, St. Mary Springs nothing. We'll be back for the second quarter, sponsored by Michaels Corporation here on RadioPlusInfo.com.
Hi, I'm Aaron Sadoff. Blessed be the president of Marian University, right here in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. If you are beginning your college adventure or looking to transfer, Marian University could be the perfect fit for you. Our beautiful campus, our amazing faculty and staff, our Division III athletics, and our amazing mission are waiting for you. Come visit Marian University. Not only will you get a great education, but we will help you become the best for the world. Good luck and go Sabres!
For over 120 years, Bristol Morgan Bank has served central Wisconsin communities. We're still here, not just as your financial partner, but as a community partner. Communities change over time. They grow, your business grows, your family priorities change. This is why, over the years, we've adapted to the needs of our customers, offering digital tools for convenience, scheduling in-person appointments where and when it works for you, designing products to impact your financial future, because that's what community banks do.
At our store, it's about the people, and it's about the experience you have from the minute you walk through our doors. It's about serving you and listening to what you came in for. It's having real conversations.
Back here, ready for the second quarter right away. Snap up the middle is to Stelmacher. It looks like he gets across the line to gain, and it's going to be a first down for the Springs Ledgers, and that is their first down of the football game here tonight. Second quarter presented by Michaels Corporation. 7-0 Lake Country Lutheran on your Quest Interior scoreboard. Lance, we were just mentioning before the break, it just seems like Springs is just You kind of seen that first game jitters from these guys.
Right. Not just the first game for new head coach Zach Wilderman, but also a lot of those guys on the field. We'll see if they sort of gather their bearings here.
And there's the snap, and Lake Country Lutheran was all over it. They brought a little extra pressure and overloaded the right side of the offensive line. Among those in there is Adam Anderson, one of the key players on defense for these Lightning. Drops the Ledgers back, let's say about 3 yards back to the 35-yard line, 2nd and 13.
You're just kind of waiting for Springs to have one play here to get things going.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it seems like they need that one big play just to kind of settle their nerves. There's the snap. Lenz pitches it out to Stelmacher along the left side. Well defended on the far side.
Felt back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, looks like back to the original line of scrimmage. Ethan Hans on the tackle for the Lightning. It's going to set up 3rd and maybe 2 sticks, maybe about 3rd and 11.
3rd and 11 for the Ledgers.
Ledgers 1 for 3 so far on 3rd down here tonight. Other games around the region here tonight. Mayville's at Cedar Grove, Belgium. Elmira is at Houston, Ripon at Laconia. Fond du Lac is at Hartford Union, and Campbellsport is at Kendall Moraine Lutheran. 3rd and 11 for the Ledgers. There's the snap. Lenz looks to his right. He's got an open receiver. Turns upfield. That is Seibel. And he is dropped at the 46-yard line. He's a couple yards short of the first down. Game of about 8. Might be close enough to consider going for it on 4th down if you're Zach Wilderman on the far sideline.
That'll bring up 4th and 2 for the Ledgers on their own 46-yard line.
Looks like they might be bringing on the punt team here.
Yeah, it looks like Baker's dropping back into punt formation, and on his 4th and short, going to be officially 4th and 2 at the 46-yard line.
Oh.
Could be a spot for a fake, too.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
You need a spark.
Right.
Like you mentioned.
On the one hand, it's risky going for it on this side of the field. You don't want to give them a chance to go up 2 touchdowns, but, he got a bad snap.
Goes over the head. Now he's got to try and recover. Gets the ball away. Decent punt, given the circumstances. Gets a little bit of a roll. Great job by Baker just to retrieve the ball, get it off,
right,
and get something and really prevent a disastrous play.
Right, that could have been a lot worse to actually somewhat flip the field here, get it on the other side, spare them a good solid, what would that have been, 30, 40 yards if it would have been blocked or if he was taken down.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking maybe being brought down at your own 25-yard line. Instead, the ball is now at the Lightning 43-yard line. Officially, it's going to be an 11-yard punt, but they'll certainly take that given the circumstances.
It'll hurt the punting average, but not the worst thing in the world for the Ledgers.
Yeah, especially from a field position standpoint.
Need the defense to step up here.
Lovers gets the snap. Handoff is up the middle. Looks like Groff was the ball carrier for the Lightning. Don't check that. That was Will Schneider. I think one of the first people I saw in there on defense looked like that might have been Joshua Ducks. Might be one of the first players I saw get in there on the tackle.
Tackle made by number 17, Joshua Ducks.
So no gain or no loss. Whichever way, glass half full, glass half empty, whichever way you want to look at it. 2nd and long here for the Lightning. 3 receivers here on the near side. There's the snap. Quick pass out to the right. Bubble screen complete to Gavin Mosher. It's upfield, across the 50-yard line. Very close to a first down. He might have it. Let's see where it depends on the spot.
Yep.
And they are going to indicate a first down. So a gain of 10 on that bubble screen to the left-hand side. It's a first down for the Lightning.
First and 10 for the Lightning on the Ledger 47-yard line.
Lovers in pistol formation for the Lightning on this 1st and 10 play. We got a whistle comes from the back judge, and I think this is going to be a delay game penalty on Lake Country Lutheran, and that is going to be the call.
Delay a game on
So that's their third penalty. Now for 25 yards in this game, Springs has 2 penalties for 10 yards.
5-yard penalty results in a 1st and 15 for the Lightning.
First and 15 for Lake Country Lutheran. Mosier goes in motion across the formation. Here's the snap. Handoff is to the back. That is to Groff. Groff gets good hole and gets close to the 45-yard line of Springs. Gain of about 9. And Josh Ducks is among those in there to make the tackle for Springs. Sets up 2nd and 9 for Lake Country Lutheran. Parker Bannock goes in motion, gets the pitch, finds a hole around the right side. Good quick movement there by Parker Bannock.
Nice stick there from Ben Baker.
Good close to the first down, gain of 9. It's going to be 2nd and 1, or excuse me, it's going to be 3rd and 1 now for Lake Country Lutheran. They're 1 for 3 so far on 3rd down here tonight. It's the 5th straight year these two teams have played in week 1. Springs has won the last 3. They also played each other in 2018 in a level 4 playoff game. That game was won by St. Mary's Springs on their way to a state title. There's the snap, handoff over to the left side. Looks like should be enough for a first down, just barely. It's a gain of 2 for the Lightning.
Momentum carried forward there. Yep, and they're moving the chains.
Hand off to number 3.
And officially it's going to be to Nate Groff, the gain of 2 yards, but it is a first down.
Willie Walboard, first down.
And it's back-to-back now first downs here for Lake Country Lutheran. They're got a drive, establishing a drive here in about the midway point of the second quarter in the Quest Interior scoreboard. 7-0 is Lake Country Lutheran. A 69-yard touchdown run by Tyson Groff late in the first quarter is the difference. And we've got a timeout here on the near sideline. Looks like Lake Country Lutheran is going to spend the first of its 3 allotted timeouts.
Lake Country Lutheran.
And we will take the timeout with them with 6:39 to go here in the first half. It's Lake Country 7, St. Mary Springs nothing here on RadioPlusInfo.com.
We're going to say thank you to our sponsor, Todd Blasey.
At our store, it's about the people, and it's about the experience you have from the minute you walk through our doors. It's about serving you and listening to what you came in for. It's having real conversations with people in our community, and it's giving back. It's being a one-stop shop for all your electronic, appliance, and home furniture needs. Since 1922, we've been sharing our knowledge and providing pieces that make your life just a little bit better. Silica for your home.
If you're considering building a home, it's important to sit down and have a conversation with your realtor, your financial advisor, or your builder. Signature Homes has client appointments throughout the course of the week that specifically just discuss, is it right for you? Does it make sense? Is this the right timing? Can we be the right builder? Can we provide the right product? We really don't have a limitation to what we build or who we build for. It really comes down to what you need and if we're a fit. And we're certainly going to do everything we can to bring your signature home to life.
Back here at Lake Country Lutheran out of the timeout. 7-0 Lightning. 1st and 10 for Lake Country Lutheran at the 37-yard line of the Ledgers. In motion is Gavin Moser. Here's the snap, handoff. Groff, big hole off of the left side, then closes quickly right at the 30-yard line, just short of the 30-yard line. It's going to be a gain of about 5, sets up 2nd and 5.
Bit of an awkward exchange there, but they managed to get a good chunk of yardage out of that.
2nd and 5 for the Lightning.
Really the first sustained drive that either team has put together here so far tonight. The touchdown that was scored by Lake Country Lutheran was off of a long run against by Tyson Gruff from 69 yards with 54 seconds left in the first half. That is all we have seen on the scoreboard here tonight.
Crowd getting loud again.
Gavin Kiley now is to the left of Lubbers in the backfield, and now we got another stoppage. Is this going to be another timeout? And it is. That's already the second timeout in just the third, in 3 plays spent here by Lake Country Lutheran. Maybe a little miscommunication on who's supposed to be where, but we'll take the timeout with them. 5:49 left here in the Michaels Corporation second quarter. Lake Country Lutheran 7, St. Mary Springs nothing here on RadioPlusInfo.com.
For over 100 years, the name Cole is synonymous with quality fuels, lubricants, and propane. That's because Cole is the area's trusted source for farm, construction, and trucking companies, as they partner with these companies to help them achieve their unique goals. The team at Cole Oil and Propane is dedicated to serving you. They pride themselves on a customer-first approach and work hard to make sure you're satisfied. You can rely on Cole for prompt delivery, competitive prices, and quality service. Learn more at ColeOilAndPropane.com.
Play is everything. It's development, expression, fun, socialization, community, inclusion, connection, adventure, and discovery. We need play at all ages and stages of life to keep us and our communities healthy and happy and full of energy and excitement. Join our movement. Bring intergenerational, inclusive, and developmentally rich play to your community today. Visit bciburke.com and see how play can move you.
Back here out of the timeouts, Lubbers able to run around the left-hand side, gets good. Gets downfield, gain of close to 10 yards, out to the 25, maybe to the 24-yard line. That's another first down for Lake Country Lutheran, and they have sustaining a drive here and knocking on the door of the red zone for the Ledgers.
Yeah, taking a couple timeouts on this drive, you can definitely tell they're being very careful, making sure that communication is solid and that they can get some points on this drive, go up possibly 10, 14, nothing on the Ledgers. That'll be a big factor for them going into the second half.
Snap, big handoff out to the right side. Groff has all sorts of real estate. Close out to past the 20-yard line. It's to the 18-yard line. Gain of 6 on that play. There was a lot of green out there for Groff to run. A good job by St. Mary Springs to close them out. As we approach 5 minutes to go here in the second quarter, presented by Michaels Corporation on your Quest Interior scoreboard. Lake Country Lutheran did kick off the football to start the game, so keep that in mind that they will get it to start the third quarter after the halftime.
Right, if they can go up 2 scores here, get a stop, and get the ball back to start the second half, they have the game fully in their control.
Numbers directing traffic behind him. There's the snap. Fake the handoff. Rolls out to his left. Pass is complete to Moser. Brought down at the 10-yard line. And that is another first down for Lake Country Lutheran. That's their third first down on the drive. It's now 1st and goal at the 10 for the Lightning, with 4:28 left here on the Quest Interior scoreboard in the second quarter, presented by the Michaels Corporation.
Joey Kuhn with the tackle there. He's having a solid game so far.
So Tyson Groff off to the left-hand side of Lubbers. Here's the handoff. That is to a little Schneider up the middle. Solid gain on that first and goal. Gets to the 2-yard line. That's where it's going to be 2nd and goal for the Lightning.
For a gain of 7. Makes it 2nd and goal for the Lightning.
Second and goal from the 2 for Lake Country Lutheran, threatening to go up by 2 touchdowns. Snap, handoff up the middle is to Schneider over the left side. Flag comes in from the official. No official word yet.
And a touchdown for the Lightning. There's a flag on the play.
I did not see if, and that's going to be a holding penalty on Lake Country Lutheran. I Lance, I did not see either official put up a signal for a touchdown, but either way, that ball is coming back 10 yards on the holding penalty.
Looked on the near side official signal touchdown, but with the hold there, that'll bump them back.
Repeat the down, 2nd and 12.
I was going to say if Lake Country Lutheran scores here, at least Springs would have plenty of time on offense to create a drive of their own. Now the more time that comes off the clock.
This could be a very big stop opportunity here for Springs on defense.
Right. If they can bump them back a little further out of field goal range.
Lubbers gets a handoff pitch. Hit
Dangerous.
hard is Will Schneider. Coming up out of the safety or out of the corner position is Joey Kuhn. Great play defensively to read that one from the start. Looks like no gain on the play. It's going to be 2nd and goal now at the 12. 3:30 left here in the Quest Interior scoreboard here in the Michaels Corporation second quarter. Halftime just around the corner here.
Big third down here.
Lightning is 2 of 4 so far on third down here tonight. Coming up is your Holiday Automotive halftime show. There's the snap. Lubbers looks to his left. He's got a receiver. Touchdown. And coming up with the catch is Ethan Hans.
And he'll get flagged for a taunting penalty
that's
there.
That's going to be a taunting penalty for sure.
You can't do that.
So it's a 12-yard touchdown pass from Lubbers to Hans. And that makes it 13-0 in favor of Lake Country Lutheran. The officials trying to figure out how they want to enforce the penalty here. I think you would enforce the 15 yards on the kickoff.
Penalty was against the Lightning on sportsmanlike conduct. That 15-yard penalty would be applied to the kickoff following the PAT.
Here's the snap, ball's down, and the kick is good. Your new score here on the Quest Interior scoreboard. It's Lake Country Lutheran 14, St. Mary Springs nothing. We'll take a quick break and be back here to finish off the second quarter here on RadioPlusInfo.com.
Okay, let's start with some clouds, some mountains over there, and finally a river. Hey, Dad, look.
Looks like the perfect spot.
American Family Insurance is here to protect your family on the road with the Travel Peace of Mind package.
American Family Insurance.
Visit Brad Tegla Petra today in Fond du Lac or Ripon.
Scotty's Auto Works for affordable auto care, from tires and alignments to routine auto maintenance. Trust the guys at Scotty's Auto Works, next to Pump and Pantry, Fond du Lac.
All outs.
Back here at Lake Country Lutheran, we have a new score, a 12-yard touchdown pass from Lubbers to Hans. Extends the lead for Lake Country Lutheran to 14-0 here in the Quest Interior scoreboard. 2:58 left here until the Holiday Automotive halftime show. There's a good sustained drive by the Lightning, ends with a touchdown. It's now 14-0 Lightning. Legends have got to do something on offense on this drive.
Well, that's a helpful kick there. They're going to get the ball right about midfield, and with 3 minutes to go, it might not seem like a lot of time, but in high school football, that's quite a bit to work with, and with 3 timeouts as well. Springs needs points here.
Yeah, I think you hate to kind of use important drive or key drive, but I think from just to get a flow standpoint for for St. Mary Springs, you got to put some points on the board here, considering you're going to be going on defense to start the second half. So I think this is a very important drive for the Ledgers to get something.
Right, they need some momentum, something to look back on and say, we did a good job. Build off of that.
And handoff is up the middle to Stellmacher. Gets a couple yards out to the 49. Gain of 3 yards. 2nd and 7 now for the Ledgers. Even if they don't score points, at least, like you said, get something to build off. It's like, okay, you can take that into the locker room and start thinking, okay, we've got something here. Let's try and build off of that. So I think I would think that would be what you need to do, or the goal here on this drive. Certainly you want to get a touchdown. That way it keeps you in the ballgame.
Looked like whoever was kicking for Springs in warm-ups was hitting from about 40-45, which is pretty good for a high school kicker. If they can get in a field goal range, you'd take 3 here every time.
Lake Country Lutheran showing blitz. They bring it off the edge. Here's the snap. Now it's the pitch off to the left side. Stellmacher cuts upfield, gets close to the first down marker, gets to the 45. He is going to be a tad short, but it's going to be set up 3rd and short. We're just under 2 minutes to go. Presuming the kicker is still the same kicker, Bentley Coots, it was the junior honorable mention all conference last year. He was 3 for 3 on field goals and 30 of 32 on extra points. So he is capable of kicking those field goal if needed. But right now it's 3rd and 1 at the 45-yard line of Lake Country Lutheran for the Ledgers.
I think even if they don't get this, they go for it on 4th, but won't need to worry about that. He definitely got it.
Yeah, handoff to the left side is to Stellmacher. It's going to gain of 6 yards, plenty enough for the first down. Just the 2nd first down of the game for St. Mary Springs. And now the clock's going to run with 1:20 to go. Still all 3 timeouts left for St. Mary Springs. Maybe think about using a timeout here.
Right. I would say definitely after this play.
Ledgers quickly to the line. Baker motions across the formation. Leads the way. Stellmacher gets the football. Gain of about 5. Let's see if they spend the timeout on the far sidelines. We hit under a minute to go. And clock is still running.
Maybe try and keep this drive going with some tired players on their defense. But I don't see why you don't use...
Yeah, you got 3 timeouts. I don't see why you would at least use one of them here, especially after a first down play. There's Stellmacher, gets the handoff.
Now you're definitely going to have to use one here. Yep.
Yeah, now they use one on the far sideline. Gain of 2 yards for Stellmacher, and they finally spend their first timeout with 27.8 seconds left here on the Quest Interior scoreboard in the 2nd quarter, sponsored by Michaels Corporation.
I would imagine they're going to dial up a pass play here to gain a good chunk of yardage. Haven't really dropped back a whole lot yet tonight, but there's only so much you can do with the run game from the 34 with less than 30 seconds.
It's more than just a job. It truly is a family. They value you, great pay, great benefits. They definitely care about setting people up for success in their retirement years. I don't see a reason to want to leave.
If you're considering building a home, it's important to sit down and have a conversation with your realtor, your financial advisor, or your builder. Signature Homes has client appointments throughout the course of the week that specifically just discuss, is it right for you? Does it make sense? Is this the right timing? Can we be the right builder?
Springs Ledgers, they're trying to get something here before the end of the half. Quick drop back, pass out here to the near side.
Did he
Is that
catch
a catch?
it?
No, incomplete. Ball hits the turf. Pass intended for Garver Beekle on that 3rd down play. I think this is 4-down territory if you're Springs.
Oh, absolutely. And I said before we went to the break that they had to dial up a pass, and it looked like they had an open receiver there, but unfortunately couldn't get that completion. But here we go, 4th and short. This is where you get the 3 yards, take another timeout.
4th and 3.
Maybe set up and maybe get one more play before setting up for a field goal.
4 receivers, 2 to each side. Now
and they're going to burn a timeout here. That's not what you want.
All right, so timeout here for St. Mary Springs. They get set for 4th and 3 at their Lightning 34-yard line. We'll take a quick break. We'll get you set here for the rest of the first half. Your score, 14-0 Lake Country Lutheran on St. Mary Springs on RadioPlusInfo.com.
If you're considering building a home, it's important to sit down and have a conversation with your realtor, your financial advisor, or your builder. Signature Homes has client appointments throughout the course of the week that specifically just discuss, is it right for you? Does it make sense? Is this the right timing? Can we be the right builder? Can we provide the right product? We really don't have a limitation to what we build or who we build for. It really comes down to what you need and if we're a fit. And we're certainly going to do everything we can to bring your signature home to life.
Fourth and 3 for St. Mary Springs, trying to do something here before the end of the half. There's the snap, handoff up the middle, and it's going to be stopped. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage with Stellmacher, but the Lightning were waiting for him. That's going to be a turnover on downs for St. Mary Springs. 16.9 seconds left here in the Michaels Corporation second quarter. Let's see what Lake Country Lutheran decides here to do. They're deep in their own territory with just the one timeout. However, they do get the football to start the third quarter.
I would imagine they just take a knee here, but who knows? They might take a shot. I would say with this deep in their field, probably play it safe. You don't want to give Springs any freebies.
No, for sure. The game you're really in control of. You don't want to give them a freebie. And it kind of looks like they're going into victory formation. And they are just going to kneel this one and end out the first half. Here on the Quest Interior scoreboard, we've reached halftime here in Lake Country Lutheran. It is the Lightning 14. St. Mary Springs, nothing. Coming up is your Holiday Automotive halftime show. We'll have highlights, and we'll talk to you about the first half here. 14-0 Lightning over the Ledgers. Halftime. RadioPlusInfo.com.
Silver Lake Auto and Tire Center.
Today's game is brought to you by Edward Jones and these area Edward Jones financial advisors. Robert Bruce, located at 68 North Main Street. Patrick Ellistad, located at 560 Fond du Lac Avenue. Matt Moses, located at 201 South Marr Street. Jeff Wills, located at 649 Fond du Lac Avenue. And Matt Helmer, located at 649 Fond du Lac Avenue. Good luck to all athletes in today's game. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Just like a great team, National Exchange Bank & Trust knows that success is built on strong relationships and trust. Since 1933, the bank has been locally owned and focused on serving the needs of our community so that our friends and neighbors can live the life they want. Let National Exchange Bank & Trust be your financial teammate for life, because when it comes to your financial goals, we're here to help you stay ahead of the game. Visit nebat.com to learn more.
Dr. Shane Bauer of Bauer Chiropractic for progressive and traditional chiropractic care. If you're in pain, Bauer Chiropractic offers unique ways to provide relief for many types of pain and conditions. New to this area is MLS Class 4 cold laser therapy, which can be very effective with treating many nagging injuries such as plantar fasciitis, tennis elbow, shoulder pain, knee pain, and many others. Pain relief and prevention are two reasons to see Dr. Shane Bauer at 355 North Peters Avenue, Fond du Lac, or log on BauerChiroFDL.com.
Here at the Wellness Way Fond du Lac, we disrupt the standard approach to healthcare. We understand that common is not normal, and unlike the restrictive healthcare mentality, we dig deeper to find answers to life-restricting health challenges. While focusing on overcoming interference in the body, we go beyond symptom-based care and address your unique physiology, allowing your mind and body to find its way to better health. You don't need to merely get through every day, but rather take control of your life and, more importantly, your health. The Wellness Way Fond du Lac. Do health differently.
A personal experience with a custom feel. Each home Smith Builders builds is unique. The design and selections perfectly crafted for you. To learn more, visit smithbuildersinc.com or stop by 227 Morris Court. Smith Builders of Fond du Lac. Traditional values, exceptional services. A proud sponsor of local high school sports.
Back here at Lake Country Lutheran on your Quest Interiors scoreboard. It is Lake Country Lutheran 14, St. Mary Springs nothing at the half. Quick look at your Quest Interiors out-of-town scoreboards. Look at some of the scores from around the region. Mayville leads Cedar Grove, Belgium, 14-7. No scores reported from Elmira and Houston and Ripon at Laconia. Fond du Lac leads Hartford Union 7-6, and Kettle Moraine Lutheran leads Campbellsport 14-6. Last night, Hilbert defeated North Fond du Lac 46-6, and then Oakfield defeated Elkhart Lakeland Beulah 48-0. Halftime show presented by Holiday Automotive. Worth the trip. Taco Bell, also Lenz Truck Tire Center, Fondy Family Dental, your Pino Construction, Bauer Chiropractic, Sargento Cheese, and Right Way Home Improvement. So Lance really saw, I think, a lot of the first game jitters for St. Mary Springs. Really weren't able to sustain a lot on offense, where Lake Country Lutheran able to get something going toward the end of the first half. What was your take on the first half?
Yeah, I mean, as I said before we started things off here, ball control was going to be a major factor, and seeing how the experience would play out. Springs getting that first turnover of the game. Unfortunately, they immediately gave it back up on offense. Hasn't been a whole lot going on offense for Springs. I think that they need to come out in the second half when they get the ball and build some momentum by getting some good plays going. Maybe handing the ball off more to Stellmacher. Opening up the pass game a bit. Looks like they've been trying to run some option and hasn't really gotten them a whole lot yet, but obviously down 14-0. With Lake Country Lutheran getting the ball to start, potential of going up 3 scores, they're going to need some offensive firepower in the second half, so we'll see what they've got.
Yeah, and Lake Country Lutheran's going to get the ball to start the second half, so really the defense has got to come up with some kind of stop. Like we said, Lake Country Lutheran really sustained a drive there that ended with a touchdown. Let's take a quick look at the scoring summary. The first half highlights presented by Holiday Automotive. Worth the trip. The first touchdown of the game came on a 69-yard touchdown run by Tyson Groff from the Lake Country Lutheran Lightning with 54 seconds left in the first quarter. That played the score 7-0, and that's the way the first quarter ended. And just before the end of the second quarter, Lubers to Hans for a 12-yard touchdown pass made it 14-0 in favor of Lake Country Lutheran, and that is where we stand at this point, getting ready for the second half. Again, Lake Country Lutheran will get the ball to start the second half, and Lance, just one real quick thing you think is going to be the X factor here in the second half as we get ready for that?
I think, like I said, I keep mentioning defense. I think it's going to be that defensive backfield. Some of the leaders back there, Joey Kuhn, Ben Baker. Maybe Lake Country Lutheran gets a little aggressive, and if they drop back to pass, they're going to have to lean on those guys to come up with a big play, possibly interception, to get that momentum going for the Ledgers.
It's 14-0 Lake Country Lutheran here at halftime over St. Mary Springs. We're going to take another break. When we come back, we'll get you ready for the second half here at Lake Country Lutheran. Again, Ledgers trail the Lightning 14-0. You're listening to RadioPlusInfo.com.
Call us when you need a company you can trust.
You hear it all the time, but what does it mean? This is Danny and Heather at AirTech Heating, and for our company, it means we do right by our customers and provide them quality service for superior home comfort.
It means our prices are competitive and fair. It means that we stand behind our work. It means doing whatever it takes.
To whom you trust, your family's safety and comfort does matter. Call the team at AirTech Heating at 924-6742 when you need a company you can trust.
Cleaning your gutters is a pain, but ignoring them could ruin the value of your home. Gutter Helmet is the solution. Choose the perfect color to blend with your home, and our certified technicians will install Gutter Helmet in less than a day. Call Gutter Helmet today to never clean your gutters again.
Here at the Wellness Way Fond du Lac, We disrupt the standard approach to healthcare. We understand that common is not normal, and unlike the restrictive healthcare mentality, we dig deeper to find answers to life-restricting health challenges. While focusing on overcoming interference in the body, we go beyond symptom-based care and address your unique physiology, allowing your mind and body to find its way to better health. You don't need to merely get through every day, but rather take control of your life and, more importantly, your health. The Wellness Way Fond du Lac. Do health differently.
Life is full of milestones, big and small. At Fond du Lac Credit Union, we're proud to be a part of your journey. From landing your first job to moving into your dream home, starting a family, or planning for what's next, we make the money part easy so you can focus on what matters most. Whatever stage you're in, we're right there with you. Fond du Lac Credit Union, here for life and every stage along the way. For more information, visit fdlcu.com or stop in today.
Anders Auto Parts, your locally owned bumper-to-bumper auto parts store serving the Fond du Lac area since 1956. Experienced and knowledgeable staff ready to serve you. Anders Auto Parts features PPG and Shopline auto paint along with PPG Versalon commercial paint. Quality name brand auto parts. Anders Auto Parts, your bumper-to-bumper auto parts store at 16 West Sibley Street, just off North Main Street, behind American Family Insurance.
Here at the Wellness Way Fond du Lac, we disrupt the standard approach to healthcare. We understand that common is not normal, and unlike the restrictive healthcare mentality, we dig deeper to find answers to life-restricting health challenges. While focusing on overcoming interference in the body, we go beyond symptom-based care and address your unique physiology, allowing your mind and body to find its way to better health. You don't need to merely get through every day, but rather take control of your life and, more importantly, your health. The Wellness Way Fond du Lac. Do health differently.
Bob's Pizza now has its very own dine-in restaurant. Enjoy a family-friendly atmosphere with a cozy dining room, large game room, beautiful full bar, and even coffee next door from Just Love Coffee. With our expanded menu, your party will have no trouble satisfying the whole family. Delicious, legendary pizza for a legendary city. Bob's Pizza on the Avenue.
Safety is first and foremost on what we do every day.
FBS Bank is here to help you achieve your dream of home ownership. For a limited time, we're offering home loans with just $595 closing costs plus title. Whether you're buying a new home or wanting to refinance, our experienced team is here to assist you. Visit our website at fbsbank.com or give us a call at 1-800-242-7880. Our friendly and experienced team will help guide you through the journey with FBS Bank. FBS Bank, banking made personal.
People have a reluctance to go see the dentist. It's an easy thing to put off or avoid altogether. But one visit to the caring professionals at Fondy Family Dental will change the way you think about the dentist. They provide quality family dental services to all ages in a happy, honest, and efficient manner that teaches and involves you on your custom plan. If you don't have insurance, ask about their new membership plan that can save you money. Call or schedule online today at fondyfamilydental.com.
When you hire the attorneys with the Everson Law Office, you're getting more than professional presentation. The attorneys at Everson Law Office are committed to excellence and have been successfully representing their clients since 2005. Practicing business law, estate planning, probate, guardianships, and real estate, they work closely with their clients, providing exceptional legal services that are catered specifically to their needs. Call attorney William Everson at 920-922-7113 or go to everson-law.com.
It's more than just a job. It truly is a family. They value you, great pay, great benefits. They definitely care about setting people up for success in their retirement years. I don't see a reason to want to leave.
Just like a great team, National Exchange Bank and Trust knows that success is built on strong relationships and trust. Since 1933, the bank has been locally owned and focused on serving the needs of our community so that our friends and neighbors can live the life they want. Let National Exchange Bank and Trust be your financial teammate for life, because when it comes to your financial goals, we're here to help you stay ahead of the game. Visit nebat.com to learn more.
Back here at Lake Country Lutheran, getting close here to the start of the second half. On your Quest Interior scoreboard, the score is Lake Country Lutheran 14, St. Mary Springs nothing. I want to remind you in a couple of broadcasts that are coming up here, not all inclusive. If you would like a full schedule of the high school football and all high school sports broadcasts here on Radio Plus Info, you do that to radioplusinfo.com. Couple of broadcasts coming up on September 12th. Elmira is going to be at St. Mary Springs. This is one I'm looking forward to. On September 26th, Mayville will be at St. Mary Springs. I think that's going to be a key game in terms of the conference this season. And then on October 17th, Elmira is going to be at Mayville. Again, that's the AirTech Presents our next game broadcast. That's also not all-inclusive. But no matter which type of heating system you have in your home, the knowledgeable technicians at AirTech Heating can perform a timely repair if things go wrong. Go to Radio Plus Info for the complete broadcast schedule. Sponsors here tonight. High School Sports Today on RadioPlusInfo.com is presented by these four Fond du Lac Edward Jones financial advisors: Matt Moses, Jeff Wills, Robert Bruce, and Patrick Elstad. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Also sponsors tonight: Integrity Saw and Tool, Len's Truck Center, Fondi Family Dental, Pino Construction and Pino Buildings, Bauer Chiropractic, Sargento Cheese, Michaels Corporation, Quest Interiors, Holiday Automotive, Taco Bell, as well as Fox Valley Savings Bank. Looking for a loan with no hassle? They can help. Local bank, local lenders, your community, your local community bank, Fox Valley Saving Bank. Getting set here to start the second half. And we'll take a quick little break here before they get started. Get set. Third quarter, second half, 14-0 Lake Country Lutheran over Springs. Second half coming right up.
The Roush Insurance Agency, and proud to sponsor our local athletes doing what they love. Do you have people in your life that you love? Your loved ones count on you. Hi, this is Tony Walters, agent with the Roush Insurance Agency. Let us at the Roush Insurance Agency give you a free, no-obligation life insurance quote so you're safe and secure for when the unexpected happens. To find out more about your free, no-obligation quote, give us a call today. The Roush Insurance Agency, properly insuring you for your future. Good luck, area athletes, on your quest to a state title.
Cleaning your gutters is a pain, but ignoring them could ruin the value of your home. Gutter Helmet is the solution. Choose the perfect color to blend with your home, and our certified technicians will install Gutter Helmet in less than a day. Call Gutter Helmet today to never clean your gutters again.
Back here in Lake Country Lutheran High School. It's week one of the high school football season. Kind of a sluggish start here for Springs, but we still have another half of football left to be played. On your Quest Interior scoreboard, it is 14-0 in favor of Lake Country Lutheran, and the Lightning will get the ball to start the second half. Lance, what are final thoughts before we get set for the second half?
I mean, Springs has been ready to kick off here, it looks like, for the last 3 minutes or so. I think that's a good sign that they're ready to get this second half going, and if they can get a nice 3-and-out here on defense, get a shot in the arm for the offense, get some points on the board, and turn this back into a ball game.
Now receive as the Ledgers kick off. Again, coming in from the half, it's 14-0 in favor of the host Lightning.
Got to wait another 10 seconds here. They finally stopped the scoreboard.
They're going to stop it on us. Look at that. They made time stand still. All right, St. Mary Springs in kick formation at their 40-yard line. Set to kick it off to Lake Country Lutheran, and the second half is underway. And that ball will slowly roll into the end zone for a touchback. And it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 20 for Lake Country Lutheran, who, lads, they really did a nice sustained drive to end the half with a 12-yard touchdown pass. Got a handful of first downs. Let's see if Springs has a counter for them this time around.
Yeah, they really controlled most of the second quarter. Ideally for Springs here, like I said, you get a 3 and out and handle the third quarter mostly so you can get back into this ball game.
Yeah, Nick Detman here at Lake Country Lutheran High School alongside Lance LeCue. We're bringing you the game live here on RadioPlusInfo.com. Glad you could join us here on this Friday night in August. This is week 1 of the high school football season. High snap. Lubbers is able to pull it down. It's the handoff. Ball pops loose.
There we go.
Thanks,
Springs
might have
football.
got it, and they did. First play on offense, and St. Mary Springs generates a big turnover. Great job by the Springs defense. It's going to be 1st and 10 just outside the Lightning 20-yard line.
Looked like Matthew Miller on the fumble recovery possibly. There was a few Ledgers there collectively on the tackle.
Yeah, I think Gavin Kyler was the ball carrier and just a helmet right onto the football. Great play on defense. Now Springs needs to capitalize. The second turnover of the game for the Lightning. Both teams have 2 turnovers.
I mean, 2 plays here, you can just tell that this is a fired-up team. A lot more energy than they had in the first half.
Lenz passes out to the left-hand side to Baker. Tries to make a guy miss. Gets him to miss. Now gets close to the first down. May have gotten the first down out of bounds. Good play on first down. Gain of 11. Just outside the 10-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Ledgers. They're knocking on the door to try and break through and get their first points of the game.
On the Lightning 13-yard line.
It's going to be 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line off of the fumble recovery on defense by the Ledgers. Got man coverage across the formation. There's the snap. Handoff. Stelmacher got a little bit of hole, trying to find a way through. Gets close to the 10-yard line. Looks like they're going to mark him just a bit short of the 10. Gain of 2 yards. Sets up 2nd and 8 now at the 11-yard line of Lake Country Lutheran. That was just the 3rd first down Springs has had tonight. They had 2 in the first half. Well, if you're Springs, this is a perfect opportunity to get back into this game and get some momentum and something positive to build on.
Right, getting points within the first couple minutes here when you're not expected to be on offense right away.
See, this is 4-down territory if you're Springs. Lake Country Lutheran shows blitz. Here it comes. Pitch out to the left side is to Baker. Baker tries to turn the corner, gets the corner, maybe close to the first down. May have got it. Let's see, depending on the spot. And yeah, it is going to be a first down, so it's going to be 1st and goal for St. Mary Springs at the Lightning 2-yard line. Good couple looking plays here on offense to start this half for St. Mary Springs, and they're knocking on the door for a touchdown. There's the snap. Handoff up the middle to Baker. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. He's going to lose a yard. He's going to drop him back to the 3-yard line. Very good defense and good push up front on the defensive line for Lake Country Lutheran. Nowhere to go for Baker, and it's 2nd and goal at the 3.
2nd and goal for the Ledgers on the Lightning 3-yard line.
Clearly 4-down territory if you're St. Mary Springs.
Oh, for sure. Not much room up the middle. They might have to cut this out. outside the tackles.
There's the handoff up the middle. Stelmacher reaches for the pylon. Touchdown! Will Stelmacher, 3-yard touchdown runs, and Springs is on the board, 14-6.
Touchdown for the Ledgers.
Well, it definitely makes you feel a lot better as a Springs fan, seeing the team come out with that energy the second half and get points almost immediately. Got some breathing room now.
And they capitalize off the turnover, which is even just as big. Lining up for the extra point is Bentley Coots. He was 30 of 32 on extra points a season ago. There's the snap. Ball's down. Kick is up. Looks good from here, and it is. Your new score on your Quest Interior scoreboard. 3-yard touchdown run by Will Stelmacher. Cuts the deficit in half. It's now Lake Country Lutheran 14, St. Mary Springs 7. You're listening to RadioPlusInfo.com.
Hey, Devontae.
Let me get a Cantina chicken burrito and a bowl with that seasoned, slow-roasted chicken I like, please.
You have a golf course in your house?
I got a Taco Bell in my house, bro.
Where did it go? Where did it go?
Oh, there it is. Cheaters don't get chicken. Huh? Cheaters get no chicken.
I won't give him any.
Will Stelmacher finishes off a short drive for the for Lake St. Mary Springs. Boy, that's a real tongue twister.
First game for us announcers, too.
14-7 now is your new score on the Quest Interior scoreboard. St. Mary Springs getting ready to kick it off to the Lake Country Lutheran. And the ball just went out of bounds inside the 1-yard line. And that ball that's going to come way back out here. That's going to be a big penalty, unfortunately, as the kickoff goes out of bounds. Yeah, Will Stelmacher finishes off a very short drive, about 23 yards, with a 3-yard touchdown run to make it 14-7 in favor of the Lightning over the Ledgers. Springs caused a turnover on the Lightning's first possession, or first play of the first possession on the previous possession. And that is how they were able to turn that into a touchdown. So 10:08 to go here in the third quarter on your Quest Interior scoreboard. First and 10 for Lake Country Lutheran after the kickoff goes out of bounds. It's going to be first and 10 at the 35 for Lake Country Lutheran.
Let's see if the Ledgers can capitalize on another mistake here from the Lightning.
Got a player not covered here on the near side for Lake Country or for St. Mary Springs. There's the handoff. That is to Groff. Breaks the tackle. Gets across the 40 to close to the 42-yard line. Gain of 7 yards on that first down tote.
Yeah, luckily for Springs, they called a run play. Otherwise, they had a good amount of yardage in front there on the left side with 2-on-1.
42-yard line. Number 24, Parker Brannick checks in for the Lightning.
Let's see if they can figure things out here. And again,
there's the snap. Handoff to the right side. Brought down in the backfield is Groff for Lake Country Lutheran, and he's going to lose a yard on the Ledgers. Matthew Miller, one of the first people there to bring him down. It's going to set up third and about 4 at the 41-yard line. Lake Country Lutheran is 2 of 5 on third down here so far tonight.
A big tackle there from Miller. It's going to be 3rd and 4. Let's see if Springs can get another stop here.
Let's see if they dial up some pressure too. They bring a blitz. Bubble screen to the left-hand side of Mosier. Mosier gets close to the 45-yard line. That was the yard to gain. I don't think he got there.
Nope, that'll be about a yard short.
I think it's a generous spot. It looked like initially he was stopped short of the 45, but they're going to give him the 45-yard line. That's going to be a first down for Lake Country Lutheran. It looked like initially he might have been short.
Forward progress, I suppose, but yeah, up here it looked about a yard short. So 3 receivers in the formation, 2 at the top of your screen.
Here's a snap, handoff is to Gruff. He's got some space. Hits across the 45, close to the 50, 39-yard line. He's getting a 4, sets up 2nd and 6, and I think someone just applied some insect repellent because I think it just smelled it.
I got a good whiff.
Box.
I don't mind. I'd rather have the scent of off up here than mosquitoes flying around. Not going to complain.
So they need to spray like a line here at the front of the press box here. So, all right, 2nd and 6 at the 49-yard line for Lake Country Lutheran. Snap, it's the Lubbers, drops back. He's got pressure, gets away from the pressure. He's got some space. Lost the 45, gets out of bounds at the Springs 42-yard line. That's going to be a first down.
Speaking of mosquitoes, got one on you right there, and now he's gone.
Yeah, he gone.
Good for a significant gain for the Lightning.
Yeah, it looked like they were going to get a sack there, but left the whole left side open for him to scramble out of the pressure.
Yeah, it looks like they just lost the left side or the right, defensive right side outside containment, and that gave them a lot of space to run. So now it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line of Springs as Lake Country Lutheran comes to the line. Bunch formation bunch receiver set at the top. Here's Lubbers. Handoff is to Groff. Groff is met at the line of scrimmage. Great defense there by St. Mary Springs.
Billy Everson on the tackle.
So they're going to mark him down for a loss of a yard, so it's going to be 2nd and 11 at the 43-yard line. 7:10 and counting left here on the Quest Interior scoreboard. 14-7, Ledgers trail. The recent score update was Lilmyra was leading Houston 7-0 late in the first half there in Horicon. Again, 3 receivers to the top of the screen. There's this high snap. Lubbers brings it down, setting up the screen to the left side. That is complete. Now out to the 40, past the 35. Breaks the tackle is Will Schneider. Good-looking play call and well executed by Lake Country Lutheran. That's a gain of 14 yards on 2nd and long, and that's another first down for the Lightning, their 9th of the game. Another good sustained drive here being put together by the Lightning. Drive started at their 35-yard line. Now they're at the other 30. Here's the handoff. Up the middle is to Groff. Up to the 25. Gain of 5 yards on that play. Groff carries a 69-yard touchdown run. That's accounted for the game's first touchdown. Ball's now at the 25-yard line. Gain of 6. 2nd and 4.
I was just going to say it's a good thing that Springs was able to capitalize on that miscue with Lake Country Lutheran controlling the tempo, controlling the game so far. We got 9 first downs compared to 4 for just Springs. Time of possession is a major factor here.
Lake Country Lutheran's already almost ate up 5 minutes of game clock on this possession. Here's the snap, handoff. Maybe been a hold on the right side, no call, but either way, it is brought down in the backfield is Parker Baranek.
Springs snuffed that out really nicely, shutting it down on the edge, not letting him get outside.
Yeah, they ran that play earlier in the game, and Parker really generated a lot of speed and a good play off of that. This time Springs was on top of it. That's a loss of 5 yards. Going to set up 3rd and 9 at the 30-yard line. Ledgers are 3 of 6 so far on 3rd down tonight.
Chase Schonberg checks into the game for the Lightning.
It's like Nathan Groff hobbles over here to the near sideline for St. Mary Springs. Here's the snap. Lubbers has the time, looks for a throw, and it's complete. And down at the 1-yard line, that was Parker Barnick. Springs was going for the interception. That might have been Baker who tried to cut the route and just missed. Instead, it's a big gain to 1st and goal at the 1-yard line, gain of 29 yards on that 3rd down play.
Yeah, Baker was just about a half second too late there. He was going for at least the swat and came up empty.
1st and goal at the 1 now for Lake Country Lutheran. Drive is close to 6 minutes in length. started at their own 35. They're now at 1st and goal at the 1. There's the snap, handoff, Groff up the middle, and he looks like he's in, and it's a touchdown. 1 yard run for Nathan Groff. Gets the Lightning back up by 2 touchdowns at 20-7, pending the extra point.
20-7 in favor of the Lightning. Now Luke lines up to kick the point after touchdown.
That drive ate up more than 5.5 minutes off the clock for Lake Country Lutheran. There's the point after attempt. Little hesitation there by, let's see, the kicker is Noah Litke. So the PAT is no good, and the score will remain 20-7 in favor of Lake Country Lutheran. We'll take a quick break here. We'll get set for as Lake Country Lutheran kicks off to St. Mary Springs. 20-7 is now your new score, 4:29 to go. You're listening to RadioPlusInfo.com.
Thank you for your continued support over the past 50 years. At Verhaeg's Furniture Mart, we're honored to have been voted by you to be the best of the best mattress store in the Fond du Lac area for 2024.
Our mission is to bring the best in bedding comfort, technology, and support to the Waupun area.
We've partnered with top brands like Tempur-Pedic, Puffy, Scott Living, Sealy, and Nectar to offer you the ultimate sleep experience.
Free delivery to Waupun and the surrounding area. See store for details.
Come shop at Verhaeg's.
Back here at Lake Country Lutheran, a 1-yard touchdown run by Lake Country Lutheran's Nathan Groff. Paying after is no good, and it leads now 20-7 is the Lightning with 4:29 to go. That drive ate up almost 5.5 minutes off the game clock. Now Springs gets set to take over the football after the touchdown. Caught on the far sideline at the 2-yard line. Cross to end of the 15, out past the 25. Decent return. It looks like that was Jack Judkins with the return. Return of about 26 yards on that play. And the Ledgers will start 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Well, at least the good news here for Springs with them missing the extra point, that opens up the window. If they can get a score here and get the ball back and score again, that missed extra point could be a difference maker for sure.
So Lenz takes the tap for the Ledgers with Stelmacher to his right. There's the snap, looks to his right, passes to Baker. He's got a little bit of space, makes the cut upfield, makes a nice cut to get to the 34-yard line. Close to a first down. It's going to be a couple yards short. It's going to be 2nd and 8 on that pass and catch.
Looked like he had a little bit more room outside if he would have kept going instead of making that cut, but still a good gain there for the Ledgers. I would expect to see a bit more of the passing game here the rest of the way.
Split backs next to Lenz in the backfield. There's the snap. Handoff is to Baker. Baker looking for a way through. Follows his blockers. Gets a couple yards. Should be enough for a first down.
If they can keep going 8 yards each pass play and then get the rest on the run, as long as they can keep a sustained drive here, that's what they need.
And we've got a player down for Lake Country Lutheran, and I think we're going to get a stoppage here to attend to the injured player for Lake Country Lutheran.
It's number 20, Gavin Kiley, senior running back linebacker for the Lightning.
Maybe a possible cramp, and it is a little muggy. It's warm. It's the first game of the season, and that's the way he's walking off. That's exactly what it looks like. I think that's a cramp.
Number 66, Will Petting checks in for number 20, Gavin Kiley.
So high school sports today on RadioPlusInfo.com is presented by these four Fond du Lac Edward Jones Financial Advisors. Matt Moses, Jeff Wills, Robert Bruce, and Patrick Elstad. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. After the injury timeout, it's 1st and 10 for the Ledgers. 3:20 left here in the third quarter. Snap, looking to his left is Lenz. Gets rid of it. Passes complete to Baker on the far sideline. Brought down at the 45-yard line. Gain of 7 yards on that first down play.
3 for the Ledgers on their own 45-yard line.
So 2 receivers at the top of the screen, Lenz. And then back next to him on his left-hand side is Stellmacher. Lenz keeps the snap, goes up the field, very short gain, maybe a yard. It's going to set up 3rd and short now for St. Mary Springs, where they are 2 of 6 so far tonight.
It's going to be 3rd and 2 for the Ledgers.
No, Lance, you think 4-down territory?
You know, with 2 minutes left in the third, down 2 scores, haven't really gotten a whole lot on offense other than taking advantage of that turnover. I would say you've got to go for it.
I think if it's 4th and 1 or less, I think they go for it.
Right.
So Lenz calls out the snaps, handoff. Stellmacher's got a big hole. Don't worry about that. It's going to be a 1st down.
Keep those chains going. If they can get a nice chunk play here, I would look to.
And that was actually, Baker on the carry.
I would look to try a, about medium pass here. Get another 1st down right away. Get them on their toes, or on their heels rather, I should say.
So a couple 1st downs now on this drive here for St. Mary Springs. Has the ball at 1st and 10 at the Lake Country Lutheran 48-yard line. 90 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter on your Quest Interior scoreboard. Baker goes in motion and
flinch there on the defensive line. Let's see how they call it.
And I think that's a neutral zone infraction. That is indeed what the call is going to be. So that's free 5 yards for St. Mary Springs. That is the 5th penalty of the game for Lake Country Lutheran. And that is for 40 yards so far here tonight.
Well, Springs will definitely take the free 5 yards.
Yeah, they'll need him. They need him any way they can get him.
Especially with the clock stopped.
So far for Springs, they have 2 penalties for 10 yards, and they were called essentially on back-to-back opportunities. They were both false start penalties before one play was run. There's the snap. Fumble.
Oh, boy.
I think Lenz jumped on it. Like Stellmacher wasn't anticipating, or that may have been Baker, that was not anticipating getting the handoff. Thankfully, Lenz was there to hop on it. No harm, no foul.
I was just about to say, they've been disciplined for most of the night. A couple hiccups there early in the 1st quarter, and there we go with another one. Need to smooth things out here.
So they're actually going to mark it as a 1-yard loss, so it's going to be 2nd and 6 now for Springs. Quick drop back, pass complete to Baker on the far sideline. Tries to reach for the 1st down marker. Gets to the 39 to gain a 7. He needed 8. That might be the last play of the 3rd quarter. We're at 19 seconds left here on the Quest Interior scoreboard. It's 20-7 in favor of the Lightning, and it is 3rd down. It's going to be 3rd and 1. And I think Springs is going to run this clock out and take us to the end of the 3rd quarter. Gives them some time to think about what they want to draw up on 3rd and 1. You're into 3 here in week 1 of high school football. It's Lake Country Lutheran 20, St. Mary Springs 7. You're listening to high school football on RadioPlusInfo.com.
Integrity Saw and Tool is a proud sponsor of Fond du Lac area sports. They wish the best of luck to all local teams this fall and winter. Integrity prides itself on being the fastest producer of high-quality cutting tools and providing the most reliable sharpening service in the industry. If you're looking for a challenging career with excellent benefits and a family atmosphere, contact the team at IntegritySaw.com. That's IntegritySaw.com.
Hello world, wake me up to another good morning, time to go.
Go where summer leads you in an all-wheel drive Mazda SUV and lock in low 2.9% 72-month financing plus deferred payments on favorites like off-road ready Mazda CX-50, 3-row Mazda CX-90, and more.
We are all love.
Choose from over 220 new Mazdas. Find yours and discover the difference at Holiday Mazda of Fond du Lac. It's worth the trip.
Gas prices, home expenses, education. Will those costs always go up? Probably. At Winnebago Lutheran Academy, we can help you with one of them. We are a part of the Wisconsin Parental Choice Program, a program which enables qualifying families to receive a quality Christian education at no cost. That's right, zero tuition if you qualify. To learn more, visit WLAVikings.org.
Living it for 4 years, loving it forever.
There's the snap. Push up front. Flag flies from the referee. 3rd and 1 on that attempt by St. Mary's Springs. This looks like it's in the area of holding, but let's check the flag.
Yeah, Lake Country Lutheran's indicating it was a hold.
Now it's going to be a chop block call instead on St. Mary's Springs. It didn't look like he had the yard to gain for first down, but either way, that's still going to be a costly penalty.
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, it's going to take it from 3rd and 1 to, what would that be, 3rd and 10, or is it 3rd and 15? I think it's a 15-yard penalty on a chop block.
The chop block penalty against the Ledgers results in a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, so now you go from 3rd and 1 to 3rd and 16.
For the Ledgers on their own 46-yard line.
Well, that's talking about a big swing. Even if they didn't make it, you were close enough to potentially go for it on 4th down. Now you're really in trouble here as you're 3rd and behind the sticks.
Springs got trips on the right side.
Lenz gets the snap. Blitz is picked up. Long airs it, but is way too far. Intended for Benjamin Baker, and I'd have to imagine Springs is going to have to punt this one away at 3rd and 16 at the midfield stripe.
Looked like he had a receiver over the middle, but definitely overshot that one.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think it looks like Baker may have had a step or two on him, but Lenz just aired it, just airmailed it, unfortunately. Stay tuned for the Fox Valley Saving Bank post-game show after tonight's game. If you're looking for a loan with no hassle, they can help. Local bank and local lenders, your community, your local community bank. Fox Valley Saving Bank will also pick the Marion University Player of the Game and the BCI Burke Play of the Game. High snap brought down by Baker. He gets it away. It's a line drive kick. Should be fieldable. It is at the 20-yard line by Hans. Hans looks for space. He's got a little space. Decent return. Gets it past the 35, out to the 37-yard line. Gain of 17 on the return by Ethan Hans. And that is where Lake Country will start their next drive here on the first drive of the 4th quarter. 11:22 left in the 4th quarter here on your Quest Interior scoreboard. It's Lake Country 20, St. Mary Springs 7.
I think if you're Springs here, you've got to dial up the pressure, hopefully forcing another turnover or at least pushing them back so they can't sustain a drive here, because one more drive and this thing is over.
Yeah, Lake Country Lutheran, the last time they had the football, spent more than 5.5 minutes with it on offense. There's the snap, handoff to the right side, some space over the right side. Gets out to the 44. And I believe that was that was Will Schneider with the carry. They're going to mark him out to the 45-yard line, so gain of 8. 2nd and 2 now for Lake Country Lutheran.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Couple quick score updates. Mayville and Cedar Grove, Belgium are tied at 14. Fond du Lac leads Hartford Union 10-6, and KML leads Campbellsport 21-14. Here's the snap, handoff off to the right side. I believe that's Groff with the carry out to the. Check that. That was Will Schneider again. Out to the 50-yard line. That's a gain of 5, and it's a first down for the Lightning.
Not too much on these plays from the Lightning, giving up a lot of chunk yardage here.
It's like Groff is here on the near sideline stretching his calf. He might be dealing with some cramping as well. Really common this early in the season with cramping with the humidity. First game, so you're not really in game shape yet. So 1st and 10 at the midfield stripe. Handoff. Broken up in the backfield. Will Schneider hit in the backfield.
Number 70, Christian Flores with a nice play for Springs.
He's going to mark him for a 2-yard loss, so it's 2nd and 12 now.
12 for the Lightning. 9:42 left in the fourth quarter.
And other sponsors here tonight: Len's Truck Center, Fondi Family Dental, Pino Construction, Pino Buildings, Bauer Chiropractic, Sargento Cheese, and Right Way Home. Also Michaels Corporation and Wisconsin Lighting Lab. 2nd and 12 at the 48-yard line for the Lightning. Pump fake to the right side. Receivers open. Now it's running underneath. And that is a catch. Gavin Mosier with coverage all over him pulls it down at the 16-yard line. That is a gain of 36 yards. It is a first down for Lake Country Lutheran, and it's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. Lightning are back in the red zone with just over 9 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Cale Krusik there in coverage, and he just never looked for the ball. Otherwise, it looked like he might have been in position to at least bat that one down.
Yeah, there was certainly enough air underneath it to make a play on it, but it was a great play by Mosier to pull it down. So now 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line for Lake Country Lutheran. Will Schneider in the backfield, gets the ball out of the handoff, gets about to the line of scrimmage, and that is where he will be stopped. It's going to set up 2nd and 10.
And now if you're the Lightning, you just wind this clock down as much as you can before, possibly punching it in and delivering the final blow that you need to clinch the victory.
And that's exactly what Lake Country Lutheran is doing. They're milking as much clock as they possibly can here. Really going to be relying on the back judge, who gives out the signal for when the play clock is running down.
Using every second of that play clock.
Can't imagine they'll snap the ball with more than 5 seconds left on the play clock at this point. And we're going to get a timeout here on Lake Country Lutheran is going to take the timeout.
Use the play clock time there.
Yeah, the play clock was running down, so we'll take it with them. It's Lake Country Lutheran 20, St. Mary Springs 7, 8:07 left here on the Quest Interior scoreboard. You're listening to high school sports and high school football here on RadioPlusInfo.com.
Are you or a loved one living with the discomfort and hopelessness of peripheral neuropathy? The tingling, the numbness, the life-altering pain? Are you tired of taking medications that only mask the symptoms or don't work at all? You don't have to live like that anymore. Introducing New Medical Center, your beacon of hope in the fight against peripheral neuropathy. Our team of dedicated specialists uses the latest advancement in medical technology to help you regain control of your life. Our personalized treatment plans are designed to reduce your pain, improve your balance, and restore your quality of life, all while targeting the cause of your neuropathy. Visit us on the web at newmedicalctr.com.
Out of the timeout, Lake Country Lutheran is set for 2nd and 10 at the 16-yard line of the St. Mary Springs Ledgers. Lightning really trying to make things even more difficult on the Ledgers if they can find a score. Fake the handoff. Roll is out to the left. Lover's got a lot of space off the left-hand side. He's got the first down and more. Popped out of bounds on the far sideline. No flag. It looks like he was popped in bounds. He's going to get to the 5-yard line. That's a gain of 12 yards. And it's now 1st and goal at the 5 for Lake Country Lutheran, threatening to go up by 3 touchdowns with 8 minutes to go.
Springs had that covered well, but they just once again forgot about contain and allowed the quarterback to scramble out for, again, too many yards.
Yeah, we've seen that a couple times tonight where they've just not been able to hold specifically that right side of the defensive contain. Lubbers has had a lot of space to run tonight. So 1st and goal, it's going to be officially at the 5-yard line, kind of more between the 5 and the 4. Half full, half empty, whichever way you want to look at it. Here's the snap, handoff. Stelmacher gets away from the snap, or from the would-be tackler, but St. Mary Springs does a good job at rallying to the football, and he is brought down. It looks like they got to the 2-yard line. Otherwise, if the defense isn't there, that might have been another touchdown.
Number 77.
At this point, you almost do you consider letting them score and getting the ball back with as much time as possible, or hoping that you can get a stand here?
I mean, you're looking at 7.5 minutes to go. You let them score. That's 3 touchdowns. And that's quite a bit of a mountain to climb even on top already. It already is at 13 points, and you still don't have the football.
Right.
And the Ledgers have already, I keep saying Ledgers and Lightning.
It's hard to mix them up, yeah.
And we're going to get another timeout. Looks like Lake Country Lutheran wants to have a chat about this one before they run this 2nd and goal play at the 2-yard line. They've got 1 timeout left on your Quest Interior scoreboard. 7:09 left here in the 4th quarter. It's Lake Country Lutheran 20, St. Mary's Springs 7. High school sports on RadioPlusInfo.com.
Hi, I'm Aaron Sadoff. Blessed be the president of Marian University right here in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. If you are beginning your college adventure or looking to transfer, Marian University could be the perfect fit for you. Our beautiful campus, our amazing faculty and staff, our Division III athletics, and our amazing mission are waiting for you. Come visit Marian University. Not only will you get a great education, but we will help you become the best for the world. Good luck and go Sabres!
Out of the timeout, 2nd and goal at the 2 for Lake Country Lutheran, trying to put a big stamp on this one. There's the fake handoff. Lovers rolls to the right. He's got plenty of space, and he will score the touchdown. 2-yard touchdown run by Connor Levers, and it's now a 3-touchdown advantage for Lake Country Lutheran.
That'll make it 26-7 in favor of the host Lightning.
Oh, yeah. And it looks like boy, that's been getting me all night tonight.
First game of the year, we'll get it eventually.
The blue team comes out looking for a 2-point conversion attempt to try and stretch the lead to 28-7. Passes off to the right side, fade to the back corner. And it is complete on the far sideline. Can't really tell from here.
There's just everything going their way tonight.
And Kevin Mosier is the one who comes down with it for the Lightning. And it is now 28-7.
Well, down 3 touchdowns, they're going to have to get creative here on offense.
Be sure to stick around for us for the Fox Valley Saving Bank postgame show. Looking for a loan with no hassle? They can help. Local bank, local lenders, your community, your local community bank, Fox Valley Saving Bank. We'll pick the Marian University Player of the Game as well as the BCI Burke Play of the Game, and we'll get you some of the AirTech Presents Next Game broadcast listings as well. Well, Springs has some magic left. They need to pull it out now. It's 7:04 left on your Quest Interior scoreboard. Down 3 touchdowns here, week 1 of the high school football season.
Big return here would definitely help Springs out. Shorten the field.
It's a high end-over-end kick. It's fielded at the 5-yard line by Springs. Out past the 15, 20, across the 25. He's got a space.
Oh, just tripped up.
Good return by Jack Judkins, pulled down from behind. If he's not there, there's a lot more green space. He might have gone another 15, 20 more yards. Nonetheless, it's still a nice return of about 29 yards out to the 34-yard line. So 1st and 10 for St. Mary's Springs, just under 7 minutes to go on your Quest Interior scoreboard. Springs trails by 3 touchdowns.
Ledgers take over on their own 33-yard line.
Next week, Springs will play their first home game in a non-conference foe against Oconto Falls. For their first conference game will be at Laconia on September 5th. Low snap picked up by Lenz. Lenz airs it out long out to the right side, overthrew his intended target. That was Zane Wilson on the far sideline. Pass incomplete. We're going to go to 2nd and 10 now for Springs.
He's been throwing a nice ball, just a little bit out ahead of the receivers tonight.
Yeah, certainly. We've seen him have a pretty good arm, but it's just off the mark for sure. And I think he's overthrown a couple players and just a little bit off. But that's just things you can correct, especially for your first game as a starter.
Right. They'll work on that in practice. And
Lenz, right side, and it pass is deflected at the line, nearly coming down with the pass is number 17. It's Joshua Ducks. But pass falls incomplete. It's now going to be 3rd and 10 now for the Ledgers.
And this is unfamiliar territory for Springs, down 3 touchdowns late into a game and having to open up the passing game in their offense. So something that we're not used to seeing from St. Mary Springs.
So Springs is 3 of 8 so far on 3rd down tonight. It's 3rd and 10 now for the Ledgers. Snap is low. Lenz is able to pick it up. Rolls out to his right. Has a and it's deflected.
That could have very easily been intercepted and returned for a touchdown.
Yeah, pass is deflected, knocked away by Gavin Kiley. That's going to be a 3rd down conversion miss. And let's see what Springs decides to do here. Do they just punt it away?
Looks like they're bringing on the punt team.
Yeah, you're just too deep in your own territory. If you're closer to midfield, I think you'd no-brainer try and roll it. You roll the dice here, try and go for it. But I think you're going to have to punt this one away and try and get your defense back and try to get you the ball back. But that is a tired defense tonight.
Yeah, they came out in the second half and brought the spark for this team to put their 7 points on the board, but it's just not enough. Not enough from the offense tonight.
Short but high kick by Baker. It's going to bounce out of bounds close to the 30-yard line. It's officially going to be marked out at the 32-yard line. And that's a 36-yard punt by the Ledgers, and it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Lightning as 6:32 is left on the Quest Interior scoreboard. It's St. Mary Springs trailing 28-7. Remember to stay tuned for the Fox Valley Saving Bank postgame show. Looking for a loan with no hassle? They can help. Local bank, local lenders, your community, your local community bank. Fox Valley Saving Bank. Got the Marion University Player of the Game coming up, as well as the BCI Perk Play of the Game. Snap bobbled by Lubers, is able to retrieve it, and he is going to be brought down at the line of scrimmage. Boy, if you're Springs, you would have hoped that ball would have gone right through his fingers.
Right, sail over his head a little bit further. That would have been a gift. I think he still managed to get a yard out of that.
Yeah, very close, maybe a half a yard.
Small gain on the play.
Again, half glass half full, half empty.
Even on their miscues, things going the way of the Lightning tonight.
Check out.
So 2nd and 9 for the Lightning. Here's the handoff up the middle.
And once again, they're just going to milk as much of this clock as they can to avoid giving the ball back to Springs.
Will Schneider carried the ball there for the Lightning. Ball gets out to the 37-yard line, so it's going to be 3rd and 5. Lake Country Lutheran is 4 of 7 on 3rd down here tonight. As we approach 5 minutes to go left here in the 4th quarter in your Quest Interior scoreboard. 3 receivers here at the bottom of your screen for Lake Country Lutheran. Springs brings a little extra pressure. It's picked up. Lubers rolls out, completes the pass, and it's good for a 1st down. Pass complete to Parker Bannock. And that's a gain of 8 yards. That's a 1st down for the Lightning. That's their 13th first down of the night, where Springs just has 6.
While supplies last, $1 hot dogs, $1 hamburgers.
Ooh, Lance, $1 hot dogs. You were talking about that. Let's get the $1 hot dogs up here.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind.
So next game for St. Mary Springs, as mentioned, it's going to be their first home game. It's going to be next Friday at home against non-conference opponent at Conto Falls before they hit the road to Laconia on the 5th. Schneider with the carry, across the 50, maybe to the 49-yard line of St. Mary Springs. They'll give him about 4 yards, sets up 2nd and 6.
Looks like Matt Miller there on the play for Springs, driving him back.
And you just look at the schedule here for Springs after the non-conference game against Aconto Falls. They are at Laconia in Rosendale. Then from there, they have Lomira at home, at Winnebago Lutheran Academy, home to Mayville, and then Campbellsport. You talk about a gauntlet in the Flyway Conference. You're really going to set the conference picture up with that slew of games if you're Springs. Here's Stelmacher, gets the handoff on the left side, breaks a couple tackles to the 45-yard line. That's going to be 3rd and 2 now for the Lightning as we hit 3.5 minutes to go here on your Quest Interior scoreboard.
Yeah, looking ahead at that schedule there, I think next week they definitely, they can't risk dropping 0-2, so home opener, ideally they come out with a lot more energy on offense and take that one, and then at Laconia, that's one that they obviously need to win before getting into that 4-game stretch where you got Lomira, you got WLA, who got the upset win on them in the playoffs last season, Mayville vying for that conference championship. That'll be a tough stretch.
Handoff up the middle for Lake Country Lutheran, tripped up.
Short carry up the middle on the play by number 20.
Yeah, Gavin Kiley was your ball carrier on that one. Short gain on that one.
4th and short for the Lightning.
Again, you're just looking at that game on the 19th of September at WA. You talk about a group of players that will be motivated.
Oh, absolutely.
After last year's just stunning loss in Level 1. Since St. Mary Springs joined WIA with the folding of WISA, Springs has at least gotten to the Level 3 of the playoffs every year since then. So you talk about a shock of a loss that was last year. What a way to end Bob Hyland's career as well. You're going to see a bunch of motivated players if you're Springs. Here's the handoff. Lubers turns around, trying to outrun the defender, gets to the edge, and he's going to coast out of bounds. That's going to be a first down on 4th and short. And now we hit close to 2 minutes to go, and I bet that will just about seal this one here tonight with the Springs Ledgers trailing 28-7 on your Quest Interior scoreboard. A couple of the other upcoming broadcasts, if you're looking for the full broadcast, AirTech presents our next game broadcast. Says no matter which type of heating system you have in your home, the knowledge technicians at AirTech Heating can perform a timely repair if things go wrong. Go to RadioPlusInfo.com for the complete schedule. Some of those include that Lomira at Springs game on the 12th, Mayville at Springs on the 26th, and Lomira is at Mayville on October 17th. Handoff to Schneider is up the middle. No gain on the play. Under 2 minutes to go and counting here in this Week 1 contest between Springs and Lake Country Lutheran. Numbers waits for the play clock to wind down, gets the hand off. And trying to, that was Tyson Groff with the carry as we approach 70 seconds left here. Tyson Groff had that 69-yard touchdown run that gave us the first score of the game back in the first quarter. Yeah, I know definitely not the start that Springs was hoping for.
the first game under Zach Wilderman, but a lot of season left, a lot of competitive games up ahead.
Conference championships and state championships are not won in week one.
Exactly.
And Kylie gets the handoff here on this third down play. Gets a couple of yards.
That should about do it.
That might be the last play of the ball game. And I think they are just going to run this clock out as we approach hitting zeros here tonight. And there we go. The game is now official. Your final score on the Quest Interior scoreboard is Lake Country Lutheran 28, St. Mary Springs 7. We'll tie up a few loose ends here, get you set for the Fox Valley Saving Bank post-game show. Get you caught up on a couple of the highlights from tonight's game, as well as hand out the Marion University Player of the Game, the BCI Burke Play of the Game. 28-7, Lake Country Lutheran over St. Mary Spring. Back with the post-game show right after this on RadioPlusInfo.com.
At Musa Sheet Metal, they spend generations building a better everyday life. They don't just build panels, they build a legacy. They're growing, innovating, and pushing the limits again with their brand new 24-gauge stocked steel line. Musa colors created by the Musa team, 25 bold choices ready to go. Delivering the best solutions in architectural sheet metal. Say hi to the Musa apprentices. They're your neighbors, your classmates, and the future of the industry. Musa Sheet Metal, revolutionizing steel, building the future.
For over 120 years, Bristol Morgan Bank has served central Wisconsin communities. We're still here, not just as your financial partner, but as a community partner. Communities change over time. They grow, your business grows, your family priorities change. This is why, over the years, we've adapted to the needs of our customers, offering digital tools for convenience, scheduling in-person appointments where and when it works for you, designing products to impact your financial future, because that's what community banks do.
I'm Adam Hopper. I'm the fourth generation in the family business. One of my favorite things about working at Hoppers is the passion that everybody shares. It's a super fun work environment, and everybody shows up every day ready to get the jobs done. In order to be successful, you need to be passionate about what you're doing.
I have a vision of just growing Hoppers to be the best that we can be. I was in athletics. Competition brings out the best in you. We love competition. We love to compete, whether it's in the store, on the field, in the arena, you name it. We just try to be the best that we can be for our customers.
When you hire the attorneys with the Everson Law Office, you're getting more than professional presentation. The attorneys at Everson Law Office are committed to excellence and have been successfully representing their clients since 2005. Practicing business law, estate planning, probate, guardianships, and real estate, they work closely with their clients, providing exceptional legal services that are catered specifically to their needs. Call attorney William Everson at 920-922-7113 or go to everson-law.com.
Thank you for your continued support over the past 50 years. At Verhaeg's Furniture, we're honored to be voted by you to be one of the best mattress stores in the Fond du Lac area for 2024.
Our mission is to bring the finest in style, comfort, and quality to the Waupun area.
We've teamed up with amazing brands like Ashley, Lazy Boy, Bestcraft, Marshfield, Best Home Furnishings, Mega Motion to offer you the best selection around.
Free delivery to Waupun and the surrounding area. See store for details.
Make your home a place you truly love with Verhaeg's Furniture Mart.
Anders Auto Parts, your locally owned bumper-to-bumper auto parts store serving the Fond du Lac area since 1956. Experienced and knowledgeable staff ready to serve you. Anders Auto Parts features PPG and Shopline auto paint along with PPG Versalon commercial paint. Quality name brand auto parts. Anders Auto Parts, your bumper-to-bumper auto parts store at 16 West Sibley Street, just off North Main Street, behind American Family Insurance.
You've dreamt of the kind of home you want to live in for years. Now is the time to turn that dream into a reality. Quest Interiors has you covered with flooring, cabinetry, and countertops all in one place. From kitchens and bathrooms to family and bedrooms, bring your vision to life with professional installation. Visit our showrooms in Oshkosh and Fond du Lac. Quest Interiors, exceptional style, exceptional savings.
Each week, we team up with the Lens Truck Center of Fond du Lac to award a special Student Athlete of the Week. This week, we go to Oakfield High School. Congratulations to Lennon Rawls.
Like James said, is a tough decision. Me personally, I'm going to have to say defense. I just like keeping the defense wins games.
Yeah.
I just like being that, being there.
In a 48-0 victory on Thursday over Elkhart Lake, he scored a touchdown and had 108 yards on the ground.
Everybody does their jobs, very minimal first downs. Hopefully 0 touchdowns. We get donuts the next Monday.
Wondering if that was coming out. I'm going to be broke this year.
Again, congratulations to Lennon Rawls of Oakfield, our Lens Truck Center and Radio Plus Student Athlete of the Week.
If you want a truck or an SUV, go to Lynn till you like what you see. Hundreds of trucks all on one lot. If you want a truck, it's what we've got. Lens Truck. We got the trucks at Lens Truck.
Back here at Lake Country Lutheran, we've got a final score here in your Quest Interior scoreboard. It's Lake Country Lutheran 28, St. Mary Springs 7. Your Fox Valley Savings Bank postgame show. Looking for a loan with no hassle? They can help. Local bank, local lenders, your community. Your local community bank, Fox Valley Saving Bank. Time now to pick our Marian University player of the game. Log on to marianuniversity.edu to get started today. So, Lance, who is our player of the game here tonight?
Tough to say. Not a whole lot positives from Springs tonight. But I would say, obviously, the guy who put their points on the board, Will Stellmacher, with the 3-yard touchdown run to begin the second half. He got them the little bit of momentum to start the second half. And on the defensive side, you could list a couple of different names: Ben Baker, Joey Kuhn, but we'll go with the running back who got them on the board.
Sure, yeah, that touchdown came at a key spot there too as well, and it came off of a key play, which leads us into our BCI Burke play of the game. Log on to burkecareers.com for play that moves you. And what is our BCI Burke play of the game?
I would go with that fumble to start the second half. Immediately a little bit of a shift of momentum there in favor of Springs. Unfortunately, they couldn't capitalize on that, but that definitely it gave them the energy, the juice that they needed to produce something offensively or produce some positive, get some points on the board. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, that was a time where St. Mary Springs needed to get back in the game. They made the play on defense to get the fumble, and they turned it into a touchdown. Unfortunately, on the other side of it, that's when Lake Country Lutheran spent more than almost 6 minutes with the football. Nathan Groff with the 1-yard touchdown run that made it 20-7, and really was kind of out of reach at that point. So still a big play in the game for St. Mary Springs in an attempt to stay in the game. But unfortunately, it did not work out on the other side of it in trying to stick with the Lightning, who played very outstanding football here tonight. And that's why you play 9 games and not just one.
Right. So yeah, I think that Coach Wilderman would probably tell you that they didn't start out as quickly or as efficiently as they had hoped to. They definitely, as you mentioned earlier in the broadcast, had those first game jitters. It showed pretty obviously. So hopefully, next week they come back at home in front of the home crowd, and they've got the energy right away to fire out, get some points on the board, and get momentum in favor of the Ledgers and produce a much better performance.
Fox Valley Saving Bank postgame show will continue in just a moment here. We'll tie up a few more loose ends, and we will send you off into the weekend, get you set for already week 2 of the high school football season coming up next week. So Fox Valley Saving Bank postgame show continues just after this. You're listening to High School Sports Today on RadioPlusInfo.com.
The Roush Insurance Agency, and proud to sponsor our local athletes doing what they love. Do you have people in your life that you love? Your loved ones count on you. Hi, this is Tony Walters, agent with the Roush Insurance Agency. Let us at the Roush Insurance Agency give you a free, no-obligation life insurance quote so you're safe and secure for when the unexpected happens. To find out more about your free, no-obligation quote, give us a call today. The Roush Insurance Agency, properly insuring you for your future. Good luck, area athletes, on your quest to a state title.
Hey, Devontae.
Let me get a Cantina chicken burrito and a bowl with that seasoned, slow-roasted chicken I like, please.
You have a golf course in your house?
I got a Taco Bell in my house, bro.
Where did it go? Where did it go? Oh, there it is.
Cheaters don't get chicken.
Huh?
Cheaters get no chicken.
I won't give him any.
This is Craig Larson, sales manager with locally owned Dufresne Moving and Storage. Moving is very important to me, and I take pride in making sure our clients are happy with their overall experience at a reasonable cost and done in a high quality manner. We have a crew that is dedicated on taking care of your stuff. Call me today for an estimate at 1-800-425-MOVE or visit us at DufresneMoving.com. Dufresne Moving and Storage of Fond du Lac. Making your move and storage of goods simple.
For over 120 years, Bristol Morgan Bank has served central Wisconsin communities. We're still here, not just as your financial partner, but as a community partner. Communities change over time. They grow, your business grows, your family priorities change. This is why, over the years, we've adapted to the needs of our customers, offering digital tools for convenience, scheduling in-person appointments where and when it works for you, designing products to impact your financial future, because that's what community banks do.
Today's game is brought to you by Edward Jones and these area Edward Jones financial advisors. Robert Bruce, located at 68 North Main Street. Patrick Ellistad, located at 560 Fond du Lac Avenue. Matt Moses, located at 201 South Marr Street. Jeff Wills, located at 649 Fond du Lac Avenue. And Matt Helmer, located at 649 Fond du Lac Avenue. Good luck to all athletes in today's game. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Joint or spine pain holding you back from the activities you love? Exhausted from relying on pain medications? Dreading the thought of steroid shots or invasive surgery? At New Medical Center, we believe in tapping into your body's own natural healing abilities. Our cutting-edge regenerative treatments use your body's own natural biologics to repair and restore damaged tissues. Visit us online at newmedicalctr.com. That's New Medical Center, 920-324-9899.
At Musa Sheet Metal, they spend generations building a better everyday life. They don't just build panels, they build a legacy. They're growing, innovating, and pushing the limits again with their brand new 24-gauge stocked steel line. Musa colors created by the Musa team, 25 bold choices ready to go. Delivering the best solutions in architectural sheet metal. Say hi to the Musa apprentices. They're your neighbors, your classmates, and the future of the industry. Musa Sheet Metal, revolutionizing steel, building the future.
Back here at Lake Country Lutheran High School for the Fox Valley Saving Bank postgame show. Looking for a loan with no hassle? They can help. Local bank, local lenders, your community, your local community bank. Fox Valley Saving Bank. Let's take a look at some of the out-of-town scores on the Quest Interior scoreboard. Just going final in Horicon is Lomira 28, Houston 6. And then these are fourth quarter scores. Mayville leads Cedar Grove, Belgium 21-17. Kettle Moraine Lutheran leads Campbellsport 28-14. Fond du Lac is holding on to a 17-14 lead over Hartford Union. And Waupun leads Partyville 34-20. AirTech presents our next game broadcast. No matter which type of heating system you have in your home, the knowledgeable technicians at AirTech Heating can perform a timely repair if things go wrong. Go to radioplusinfo.com for the complete schedule, but some of those coming up include Lomira at Springs on September 12th. It's Mayville at St. Mary Springs on September 26th, and on October 17th, it's Lomira at Mayville. Lance, final thoughts before we sign off for the evening?
As I mentioned before, I think next week the Springs offense needs to come firing out, showing a lot more energy than they did tonight, getting that momentum in favor of them instead of going that 3-and-out and then having that turnover in the first quarter. If they can get momentum on their side to begin with, obviously at home, that'll definitely give them a nice advantage over O'Connell Falls, a game that now you have to argue definitely need to win. They can't risk going 0-2 heading into conference, but then starting that conference schedule at Laconia, that should be a win. Lomira at home, you would imagine that could go either way. At WLA, the revenge game, they're going to have to get that one. They can't drop 2 in a row to WLA. And then Mayville at home, that'll be another challenging game. I mean, at that point, they're halfway through the season. I would imagine things are going to be firing on all cylinders by that point before they wrap up with Campbell Sport on the road. Or are they they're on the road. At North Fond du Lac, and then Omro at home. So have a bit of a light schedule towards the end of the season, heading into the playoffs. It's the middle of the schedule that they are going to really need to be keyed on and hopefully, like I said, firing on all cylinders by that Lomira game on September 12th.
Yeah, I mean, you look at that stretch there, those 3 weeks there, Lomira, WLA, Mayville, that's essentially the top 4 teams in the conference.
Right.
So you're really going to find out who's the team that's going to be you're going to have to beat in this conference, and then which teams are going to have to play catch up and might have to sweat out the selection Saturday come the end of the end of October in terms of getting into the playoffs. So I want to thank everyone for listening into and watching tonight's live stream here on RadioPlusInfo.com. Be sure to check RadioPlusInfo.com for the complete broadcast schedule of high school sports in and around the Fox Valley and Flyway Conference area. For Lance LeCue and the whole crew here at Lake Country Lutheran, thank you so much for watching and listening wherever you were tonight. I'm Nick Debin. Until next time, have a good rest of your weekend, and we will talk to you again very soon. Have a good night and good weekend, everybody.
Thanks to our Radio Plus video sports sponsors.
Edward Jones, Integrity Saw and Tool, Bauer Chiropractic, Bondi Family Dental,
Sargento Cheese, Lens Truck Center, Right Way Home Improvement, Taco Bell,
Addison Jones Real Estate, Holiday Automotive, Quest Interiors, Wisconsin Lighting Lab,
BCI Burke, Marian University, Fox Valley Savings Bank, Musa Sheet Metal,
Coal Oil and Propane, Dufresne Moving and Storage, Marco Tax Service, Winnebago Lutheran Academy,
Bob's Pizza, AirTech, Silica for your home, The Wellness Way,
Fond du Lac Credit Union, Roush Insurance, Scotty's Auto Works, St. Mary Springs Academy,
Bristol Morgan Bank, New Medical Center, Verhaeg's Furniture Mart, Hopper's Silk Screen and Embroidery,
Smith Builders, National Exchange Bank and Trust, Brad Tagliapietra, American Family Insurance Agent, Everson Law Office.